Ahoy, land lovers. It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Welcome. It has been some weeks. If you're watching along in VOD Town over on YouTube, you probably noticed I haven't been around and maybe skipped the parts of the stream that aren't gameplay. So I had a trip planned the first week of July, and that went great. And the travel to and from sort of overlap stream times. We snuck in like a Friday blueprint stream before I left, and then travel, and then I got pretty sick on the way back from the trip, and am mostly better now, but it took some time, and here we are. So we're gonna play some blueprints tonight. This game has been really good. It seems there's a lot going on in it. We completed our first objective. We got to the fabled 46th room. We are a baron, which is cool and all. There's so much to do and so little direction. It's interesting. We'll see how that develops. Last time we played, we did manage to locate another one of the special. There's, I think it's 8 total keys. There's like, so some spoiler warning here. If for some reason you've encountered this and, are adamant like I am trying to find these things on your own, whatever. So we found the 46th room. To do so, you have to find a secret underground lever. And, we did, but weirdly, on either side of this lever, there's like 4 locked doors and a whole moon motif, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So like eventually we found some number of the keys for these doors. Currently, we have located 3 of them. There's like puzzles to be solved in them. We've solved 2 of them. Listen, one of them was like really late in the night before the trip, and I tried really hard. It's like, I think you're generally meant to find clues to solve them, and I tried to brute force it a little bit, and we didn't get there. We relatively recently found some information that helps us open safes, which has been like the bane of my existence, so that's the thing we will continue to do in the house. And so last time we found the third of those 3 keys in a place called the Reservoir, which is also in the underground of the house. And by finding that, we also found some more allowance in just like a veritable array of locked chests. Is pretty crazy. So we did manage. We've bought out all the books currently in the bookstore. We have to find some of those via the library, which is something we could probably make progress on tonight. And like my current sort of personal goal beyond anything new we discover that sort of advances anything in particular is that I would really like to finally get into, I don't remember the proper name for it, like his lordship's bedchamber or something. It's on the east side of the house. You have to enter it, I believe, from a west entrance into the east side of the house. I believe that room contains something I need to solve a room in a very specifically located room on the opposite side of the house, which I've been in a few times. Never been in his room, been offered it like twice. It seems to be quite rare, and I've had like other goals every time I've seen it, so it was not the correct thing to do. So like I think that's like a big thing we plan to do today. Other than that, it's blueprints. Who knows? We randomly choose rooms all the time. We never know what's going on. Boop. Game time. It's nice that the recap doesn't take so long, but of course the game does. We're on day 26. It feels like it's been more than that. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jakey and Demolition, and of course my mom in chat. Hi, Mom. Finish the first half of the final session of your Shadowrun game. Gonna do it all today, but it took longer than expected. I mean, that's just the way, right? So the Mandalorian would tell us. My mom and I were out doing lunch and errands today, and we saw some classic car I'm not able to identify, like a pretty old car, and it had a "This is the way Star Wars license plate holder," which was deeply incongruous and very funny. Um, Also, it had like super weird old school tires that like genuinely burned rubber when they accelerated off of a stoplight. It was pretty funny to watch. Okay, yeah, so what are we up to in terms of allowance now? It's like pretty good, right? 25? That's more than I thought. That's a good number. Oh shoot, that's right. At the end of the last stream we found the mail room, like pretty close to the end of a lot of things happened at the end of the last stream. Most of them were relatively inconsequential, but like a lot of stuff happened. We like went into the tomb like 8 times and just kept getting money and bought all the books. It was a lot. So we got 2 gems and a sleeping mask. What is the actual? I don't remember the text of the no contact shipping. Is it supposed to be 2 items? For some reason, the gems is throwing me off. It feels weird that that's part of it. But the sleep mask, which like doesn't seem like high on my list of items to be excited about, but it's certainly better than not having it. Oh, we found some room that gave us keys to start the day that I forgot about. Is that the like butler's quarters, or is that a different room? I don't remember. Okay, shelter, tool shed, shrine. I don't remember if we have a shrine active. Does anyone happen to remember from like 3 weeks ago? I remember that we did like we got the blessing of the ballet dancer, and I think it was for 2 days, and I think we've had 2 days since then, but I am not sure. Like if that's the case, shrine seems like, you know, a pretty good one to do. Um why am I able to rotate floor plans with gems right now at the very start of the day? Isn't that, isn't that, what is, oh no, wait, that would be the blessing. That's the blessing, isn't it? Yeah, okay, we solved the riddle. Okay, so let's not take the shrine. Uh, you know what? Like the last like couple of days we played in game, we got hit with like a lot of red rooms. I'm just gonna take the shelter. It's like another gem. I can turn on the computer. Honestly, what could you rotate? I don't. It's weird that it exists here, but if nothing else, it tells us that the ballerina is active. Hey, anyone see the John Wick ballerina spin-off movie? I did not. After like shotgunning all of the John Wick movies and like watching the trailer again, I was like, I am not, even though on paper this sounds good, I don't think I will like this movie. It was fun. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. I might like it more than I expect to. I'm fairly critical of. Here's the thing about John. I think I went on a little John Wick rant. The concept is good. The talent is really good. The directing is inconsistent, but generally I would say doesn't impress me super much. And like a lot of the lesser characters are like not very interesting. John Wick 4 solves most of these problems, but it did take 3 entire prequels to reach that point. 4 was good, but you can tell the tank was running out of gas. I don't disagree, but also I would say that my take is closer to like we hit our stride and like didn't have anything left to do. We could, I don't know. I remember hearing like rumors that I think were completely unsubstantiated by anything, that like someone was talking about doing a crossover between John Wick and Denzel Washington's The Equalizer, which if true would probably be really good, but also like the third Equalizer was not amazing, and I don't think that's real at all. Plus Salt. You know, I really wanted to see Salt when it came out and never got around to seeing that. Also, hi, Neko. Was that your little while I help Hello Kitty? I'm glad that you're still making use of Hello Kitty Friend Adventure Island or whatever that's called. It's a very good concept. Don't remember a single character in John Wick beyond John Wick and his dog. I think that's a fair take, which is unfortunate. I mean, there's like a handful of other characters that I think should be memorable. But like all the good like side characters, they're like all in 4. Like all his like rival assassins from like 1, 2, and 3, they suck. Um, but like the blind guy I thought was like a really really good foil for him, like in attitude and skill, and like they had like actual interesting interactions. Um, Atomic Blonde, Equalizer, and John Wick are all in the same universe. I would love more information about that. Also, that actually does weirdly track. Atomic Blonde is like a movie I saw in theaters that like I know it's based on something. I don't remember what. If it's like a comic book or like an old like show or something. But like I had little expectation going into it, and it had some really interesting and memorable action sequences that are like closer to John Wick in style than to most things. Interestingly, they wanted to do so there was actual talk of doing a crossover. That's kind of crazy. Two's Mute Woman was fun to see. She was, but she was grossly underdeveloped. Like they could have done something cool there, but she was so generic in execution. Also, don't think I missed you, High Cotillion. Okay, let me log into network. Let me last password. Let me remember the shortcut for that. I'm just gonna do an experiment because I don't see a reason not to. So relatively shortly before the stream, remote terminal, I finally watched the last two episodes of Poker Face from season 2. Very excited about that. It's, without spoiling anything for anyone who wants to avoid a spoiler for the end of season 2 of Poker Face, it does exactly what that show would have done if it was on in the 70s, and the show is like very intensely heavily inspired by like 70s television, and it just made me happy that they went exactly there, and I love the choices that led to there. Out of curiosity, do I remember the password? It's Swan Song. It comes up every time I do it, but like if you had asked me that 3 minutes ago, I'd probably be like, let me think about it, and then maybe have come up with it. Active terminals. There's no active terminal. Do the laboratory. Yes. Demotion says, personally working through the Monsieur Hulot movies, French Mr. Bean from the 50s through 70s. I am not familiar. That's a new one for me. That's impressive. Experiments. What is research log? Is there a point to research logs? Yeah, never mind. Don't answer that. It's a weird feature, though. Return to menu. Experiment setup. Continue experiment. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door, maybe you spend 2 or more gems. Ooh, you know what? I think I like every time you spend 2 or more gems, gain a star. Like this early in the day and starting with 5 gems, that seems pretty plausible to get like a few stars. I think that's better than, I think I like that better than the other combinations. Start experiment. Leave. How's everyone's Saturday going? Stars are amazing once you learn them. I don't know what that means, and that's just how I like it. Say less, King. Ugh. Clock. How does all get out? It's pretty intense here. I realized just like in the late afternoon, my AC was like not keeping up with the temperature, which is like a relatively new experience in the house as opposed to my old apartment where that was a constant truth in any time other than the deepest of California winter. I mean, if I had taken the like bypass security door utility closet would be interesting, but I maintain that that would still be kind of a speculative pick. I think we're just gonna go ahead and spare. Well, maybe it's still good here. I mean, I have to like go around. I mean, spare room gives me a reasonably high chance to get into. It's the conservatory, right? It's the room that I like where I change the rarity of things. I get to like manipulate my booster packs. That sounds worse out loud than it does in my head, but it's like kind of what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm committed to them. Do 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 do. I always struggle to remember if I've ever found anything in the spare room when I didn't have a metal detector. I feel like I haven't. Well, the laboratory's a bit embarrassing, to be honest with you. Do I want the kitchen? I don't currently have a tremendous incentive for it. It would take a gem. The gold's not, like, super useful. I already have 25, which is cool and all. Don't get me wrong. Lavatory, a rare room. No, a laboratory. It's different. I feel like it's kitchen. I'm just like kind of unexcited about it. It's just like it like future-proofs the run a little bit. So like, what's the story, Wishbone? So salmon is aquarium, is that right? Yeah, okay. So we'll keep that in mind as though we were watching a flawed peacock video. I mentioned yesterday that I've been playing the Cube Escape games, which are like a lot of them are like old like Flash games or of similar quality. And it's because like I had played some of them like way back in the day, and he's doing a video on them, and I wanted to be able to watch it. However, last weekend I also, in my spare time, finally started playing a little bit of Hades, which always seemed like a thing I would like, and I just never had time for it, even though I've had it for like 2.5 years or something. I'm really glad I did not try and play that on stream. That's a game that makes me swear like a sailor, because it sure feels, and I want to be very clear about this, it feels like every time I take damage, it's a cheap shot. That's only true some of the time, but it feels like it every single time. Hades is fun, but you're not 100% into the flavor. I'm almost the opposite from my experience so far. I don't hate it, but I don't like the choices in the early progression. It feels very unpleasant to me. The game explains very little and asks you to make choices as though you know things early on, but like doesn't really give you the room to like experiment or learn in a way that doesn't feel punishing. It's interesting. What do I want here? I feel like I kind of want storeroom. Like workshop is good, but I don't have any items yet, and you know, I think I have it set at common or something. Is probably cool to have resources early. I think I'm gonna go storeroom. Nico says she suggests turning on God mode for Hades. It gives you a tiny defense boost on each death. I like that balancing and it feels fun. I might entertain that if I continue to feel like it's more struggle than I like, but want to keep experiencing the story or whatever. What's interesting is that the reason I started playing Hades is because I saw Northern Lion do like a sponsored stream for a roguelike very similar in style that was based on Lost in Random, if you remember that. It was a game we played around Halloween like a few years back that like I liked the vibe of, but for some reason, like the graphical fidelity and like camera in it were making me like really nauseous, and like it was something where it's like, it's not that I hate this, but like it's kind of icky on my brain to play, so I kind of set it down. But then like they made like a spin-off that's like basically Hades but with like Lost in Random mechanics. And it like looked really interesting, but I was like, instead of buying a new game, I should play Hades, which is like Hades in that it's Hades, and I already own it. Okay, Darkroom is horrendous, but I do have the shelter. But I probably should do either the library or the billiard room for the reasons that I have a bunch of new library books, and I'm incentivized to do like 1,000 billiard room puzzles that sound awful. Am I wearing the Timeliner shirt? I am. I probably should have put this one through the wash, but I was going through shirts that I had handy today, and I wanted to wear this one. This is one of the ones from the escape room that I was talking about yesterday. This is the time train themed one. One of the things that I thought was really funny, like the very first time we went to that place, the escape game, is that their instructional video suggests that if you complete the escape room in time, then you unlock the ability to buy a t-shirt that says that you did that. Which I'm pretty sure they would let you do it even if you lost, but for some reason I thought it was really funny that they put it that way, and then I just wanted to buy the shirts. So in that regard, the marketing scheme worked. Yeah, this is the first time wearing one of the new ones. I've worn the other ones on stream before from past years, but they changed the style like last year. So this is like a new like model. It has like their mascot character on it now. Like this color. It's not super common. It's very soft and it fits pretty good. So happy with that. Hey, Alcadius, welcome to the stream. We like library. I mean, we're like so loaded up on resources to start with. What could possibly go wrong? Hey, the magnifying glass. Like 60% of the time, it's in here all of the time. Okay, library, closet, bedroom. Don't feel like I need any of the ones that aren't library. So let's drop that down. Okay. I couldn't remember if we had a book out or not. So, I know that we added volumes 4 and 5 of Drafting Strategy, and I feel like it's implied there's some achievement that's like listed in the new thing that we have in the entrance hall that says something about like winning the sweepstakes from Architectural Digest. I think that's what it says. Anyway, I somehow came away from that with the impression that like if I collect and read all of the books, then like maybe I get that achievement, or at least have some idea of how to do that achievement. We had New Clue. We've definitely done History of Arindia and Curse of Blackbridge. So I guess the other one, we got Realm and Rune. That does sound like a new one. Was there another one that we got? Oh no, hang on. This is History of Arindia First Edition. So what that means is it's not redacted. We've had one that's all like blacked out. That's interesting. That feels like I should probably do that one first. Because there's even a note, there's like a literal physical note stuffed inside that one that says like, rumor has it that an early enough print of this actually has the whole gosh darn book in it. I'm sorry, you can get the music room here? I don't think I've ever seen it like any closer to the entrance hall than like, I think rank 6 or something? I mean, it gives me like a cool key and another key. The commissary could have items. The gift shop, well, the gift shop is actually, I forgot it was like a 3-way. It's okay when it's in a 3-way. But like, I will get a star if I do music room and it's rare. And it will give me keys. I feel like I'm walking myself into a trap here where like I'm getting all these resources and I'm not going to be able to get anywhere. But that's not gonna stop me, I don't think. Nico says, it's crazy to me you're surprised you can get rare rooms near the entrance. In what way? Like, I literally only see the rare rooms at the end of the day. It's not like I sometimes see the rare rooms at the start of the day until I'm surprised by it. Also, the game has clearly established that some rooms only appear under certain circumstances, such as the conservatory, which only appears in corners. Like, what is weird about that? I don't think there's anything weird about that. Shh, secret garden. Shh, regular key. All right, I actually like can go this way. I mean, Parlor, I guess, for like more comedy resources. Might as well. There's an achievement for this as well. Well. Give me this. Do. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false. This feels... I haven't actually thought about this yet, but it feels like this is somehow a step down in difficulty from what we've experienced recently. I'm sure I'll be proven foolish in a moment. So, every state... Okay, one thing that throws me off about the stage of difficulty we're at with these is like, when a thing says every statement with the word black is false, that statement contains the word black. So does that mean that in order for it to be true, this box has to be false? Like, there isn't anything in the game that clarifies that other than like failing or whatever. Probably lowered the difficulty while you were away. I honest to God have no idea if that could remotely be true. The gems are in the blue box. Gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false. All right, so let's try and consider all the permutations of the stupid white box. If white box is true, we would obviously have to assume that it doesn't count itself when it says black statements are false. So if white box is true, then blue box is false, and black box could either be true or false. So it feels like that's probably not it because there's supposed to be a deterministic answer. If we assume that this is false, that would mean that the blue box is specifically true, which would mean that the black box has the gems, and that would make the black box false, but that's fine because we would have a true. No, wait a minute. If we... Statement with the word black is false. The only thing that makes this difficult is the fact that, like, I haven't, in my experience with this game, established exactly what the rules are for this, like, self-referential type of statement. Like, if I had those rules, I genuinely don't think this would be that difficult. Gems are in the black box. So blue is true, white is false, black is false. If black is true, then white is true, and blue is false. I guess it can't be referring to itself because, like, then you create, like, logical paradoxes with this, right? Like, it becomes, like, virtually impossible to, like, comprehend its, like, weight on the logical deduction if, like, making it false then makes it true. So, if I'm correct and that's the case, I feel like we could borrow from Magic the Gathering terminology and just slap the word other in there and like time would be saved. Gems are in the black box. Gems are in the blue box. Is there a world in which we narrow this down to one? White is true. That's false. Technically, this could be true or false. But it's false, and that's true, which would make that false. I don't know. My gut says it's black box, but I'm really struggling to figure out in what way I'm supposed to deduce this into one truly specific solution. If it were true that it was in the blue box, obviously the blue box would be false, which would make that true. I'm not spending more time on this. I'm gonna choose black, but I think I got genuinely like a 50-50 shot. Hey. Is there anything here? No. Anyone walk me through how I'm supposed to like make that deterministically one solution though? I think that might be helpful. Because I think that's the second time I've come across one of those and I'm 1-1. Alright. We have a bunch of resources. Observatory, huh? That's not a bad one. Kind of good. I mean, at least we can rotate, so we can't truly get stuck just based on the next one, huh? I don't think so. Okay, what are we looking at? Apple key sale? Now that I have all these keys, surely no doors will be locked today. Security, huh? I don't hate security. I mean, it's just like an angled door here, but that's fine under the circumstances. Kind of an awkward use of gem resources, but I think we're doing okay. Still weird to me how, like, once ever I've found, like, an item in this room. How's that inventory doing? Not surprised we've missed nothing. Okay, keycard system settings, security level to low, offline mode to unlocked, exit. And now the one door. Well, passageway branches off and uses 2 gems to the effect that we will get another star, so that seems like an okay place to be. Also burns one of the 2 copies of passageway that are currently in my house pool. So let's try not to approach anything on the east or west hall from the incorrect direction for as long as we can. With that in mind, this way. It honestly might be a good time to take weight room while it's like early enough in the day that I know shelter will block it, because it's like way worse to be forced to take weight room later if its effect actually applies. Okay, here's my loop. Don't know if I'll need this, but we have actually used the crown a few times, so suppose I'll keep going this way. Utility closet is not bad. Yeah, I actually think I like utility closet. I mean, that positioning is not great, but it's close to security still, so it's not that inconvenient to go and, like, mess with it. And we don't have exactly 2 green rooms, which would be cool if true. Code entry system off, gymnasium off, dark room off, garage on. Very unlikely any of that matters. Let's go back to security. Keycard system. Keycard settings. Set security level. Super high, crazy high security level. Of course, the fact that we have gotten this pretty early in the day does mean that we would have been better off taking the bypass security doors, but I think probabilistically we made the right choice. Okay, I'm gonna go north. Office or archives. I don't remember if it's a new week for the office. It's not laboratory. I mean, if we take office, we get another star, but then we're like really low on gems. Archives, like, again, like one of the worst red rooms to encounter, so it's kind of nice to clear it while we know we have shelter protection. Maybe a touch excessive, but like, I think I'll take it. Sheltered. Stop trying to make fun of me, game. Let's see. Code check. God, I really have lost the plot on whatever I might need the power hammer for. I think it's hallway? It's hallway, and I probably don't want to rotate it, but some part of me thinks that would be interesting. Yeah, okay. Wait, room. You know what? I got keys. Gymnasium. Actually kind of incentivized not to take gymnasium. Except for, God, I don't love the shape the house has taken. Probably not worth rotating, however, though. Would kind of like to get over... Well, I don't know. Honestly, maybe this isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, I don't love third red room going to gymnasium when I already have the power off to the gymnasium. But if we really think about it, what are the remaining red room curses? Like maid's room, which I at this point I'm reasonably likely to be able to just ignore. Furnace. Furnace would still be bad. But like again, at the rarity of like lavatory and having these rooms out of the way, I think it's reasonably likely that I won't have two red rooms with actual detriments to them that will come up at the same time and force me to take one of them. Yeah, okay. Anything cool in here? Sometimes there's cool stuff. Fucking closet workshop, huh? Walk-in closet's kind of cool. I don't think I want to shut that off, though. I really need to get, like, one column over so that I have, like, the opportunity to try and get into his lordship's bed chambers or whatever. I feel like my best shot at that is workshop. Game really wants me to have pantry. Has not made a compelling argument for it. It's like always facing the most annoying direction. I got a battery. And another useless letter to... Like, I genuinely don't know why I'm taking notes on what these letters are, but I will admit that it looks really odd that there is a different letter here every day. It turns out we didn't take this room on day 25. Or at the very least, I didn't note it for some reason. The stuff that I possess is not craftable, so I'll open this security door. Locksmith freezer? Freezer sounds horrible at this point in the day, huh? Locksmith's not it. I guess we'll go with bedroom and get some extra steps from our sleep mask and finally be in the direction I want to be in. Is there anything else in here I care about? Wasn't there something that someone wanted me to something $5? Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, it's like a little dancing guy weather vane. Don't feel like I'm getting much out of this. Maybe sometime later. I mean, the postcards feel like they're relevantly connected to the keys things downstairs, but I'm not seeing like a seal or anything that feels productive. Alright, what special sorcery exists here? Boiler room, huh? Boiler room, huh? That's not very good angular placement. Let's consider this. So darkroom is off, but it's not inactive. So I'd have to like backtrack some amount to turn the light back on. I feel like there's more things for me to do with boiler room, but I don't know what they are. And I'd only have like one shot at it. I mean, the benefit to darkroom is that I only have like one blind pull, but it could be something bad. The benefit to boiler room is it does technically open the possibility of opening the door that I want, or the room that I want on the east wing. But then if I don't hit it in one go, it's gonna be really awkward to try and get back to there. Like darkroom on the other hand, well, I don't know. I kind of need like a four-way entrance here to not encounter an issue. I'm not sure it's worth that gem though. I don't love these options. I feel like if either one was in the other one's position, I would like them better. I guess the trick is if I take darkroom and blind take a room without spending all the steps to go back, then it will dramatically reduce the likelihood that I get the angle I need for what I'm doing or trying to do. So I guess I'll take boiler. Neither is particularly good, as stated. I have none shovels. So that's the foundation. That's cool. If I go in there, I'll get a chest power. What chest power do I want? Because I'm currently the pawn. Bishop and rook look okay. I don't think I need queen. I guess knight is pretty good. Yeah, I guess it's probably knight. None shovels left beef. I know, right? So true. Yeah, let's take knight. We have like money and like a lot of house left to find the armory. I'm still a little not at all clear on how that stuff works. Knight. I accept the power of the armory. Do I want to just... No, I'll just have burn the step. That's fine. Someone had suggested that, like, by turning on the power to the boiler room before opening the door, it increases the likelihood that there's a powered thing, or at the very least, it highlights if the room has a potential powered effect. Because I'm not looking for that, I think I should specifically not do that if true. Neko says, there's something I wanted to ask for weeks. After opening the Christmas safe, did you think about how easy that was in hindsight? Did you think it was something obvious? No. I think I talked about this at the time, but there were like multiple weeks where like Demolition in particular was just like trying to like egg me on, being like, you're so close to like magically deducing. And like, basically what I said at the time and I stand by is like, I didn't have any context for it. It's not as though the safe is like, this is a 4-digit combination. Because then I might just be like, oh, well, like, let me simply try a date. That's like a thing that is often presented with 4 digits. Because, like, it could have been a 6-digit date. It could have been like that I needed to know that it was Christmas, but also know the year. Or it could be that Christmas was just supposed to point me to another clue that somehow is, like, solved by knowing that Christmas is the date that something happened in the room with the safe. So, like, no, I stand by the fact that in no universe is that obvious. Boop. Key. Office Den. East Wing Hall. If I take office, I'm out of gems. If I take den, I get more gems. I think I want den here. It's a very uninteresting day so far. I don't think I'm using a key on that. For this reason. For some reason, I didn't think that would work. I had convinced myself that it only worked on the east wing. Maybe it only works on a wall. Maybe that's the trick. I mean, with that, I have the means to, like, open... What's the other one that you can do from here? East and west. So I can, like, open all the doors in the antechamber for some reason. I don't know if that does anything for me, but it's kind of funny. I think it says, thank you. I could get seeing the Christmas Association and putting in Christmas Day, but, like, I thought I needed a year. I thought I needed more information. I think that's a very reasonable, like, I don't think there's anything, like, necessarily, like, outrageous about trying Christmas as a date, but I also don't think it's, like, obviously I'll just try, like, Christmas and, like, assume there's no other context, especially when you don't already know that, like, dates are a thing that open safes. Like, if you know that, like, the second you know that, obviously the whole enterprise seems more, like, open, right? Shot in the dark that it worked. Okay, yeah, but you're saying that in hindsight, Demolition, but you spent like 6 consecutive weeks like trying to neg me because I was too dumb to make the same random assumption you did. So like my point here is merely like you understand that your behavior is inappropriate and you should look inward and consider that. Can I be bothered to open the west door? Do I care? Do we think that I care? Open the things. Okay. At least these are always like 2 away from each other, right? So like it's not the opposite or whatever. Always get the crown. It's true, there's enough red rooms left that I should probably get the crown, assuming any one of my doors ends up connecting to the antechamber, which we don't technically know yet, but seems reasonably likely considering that I will have opened every angle from the antechamber exterior. I mean, it's just kind of funny to look at. We're kind of approaching the, like, once you've touched the treasure, all the doors open and the temple guards vanish. Okay. So, interesting data point about the secret garden that I really had not assumed. So let's go this way. Oh, you really want me to take the pantry, huh? I mean, I'll do it now. But because it's my idea. You have yet to use the crown. I mean, I think one of the only reasons that it's happened a couple of times for me is because of my foundation placement. If that weren't true, I can easily imagine it being, like, much less feasible to ever do that. That feels low for a key, but okay. The foyer passageway. God, what a miserable passageway. I, like, kind of need it, though. Hallway doors are always unlocked. I don't think that's that useful here in this situation in front of my salad. I don't know. I'm underwhelmed with the course this day has taken. I think I'm okay taking passageway here just to ensure that I get another shot at the room I'm trying to get into, and then also, like, get +1 star. Like, plus many stars seems good. Well, that's not great. Although... Locksmith's okay, but then I'm out of gems? It's probably good enough. I don't know that I buy them right away. But for the moment... Yeah, I should probably hold on to it in case I get armory? But I think... Well, I don't know. I guess if I want... I really don't know what's available in the armory, or like... What am I gonna... I think I'm gonna take locksmith because there should be fruit in the house from the secret garden, so I should need to spend money on kitchen less, and I don't have a guarantee that any other shop happens. Like, I don't love spending the gem here, but having the keys gives me a better shot of, like, finding more resources around. Why would I come in here? I don't really want to do... Well, I don't know. Should I? 10 for 3. Let's 10 for 3 and then get out of here. Oh, the sale, right. That math was very confusing to me. Commissary, kitchen, locksmith, bookshop. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that purchase. Okay. You never weren't admitting it was a shot in the dark. That is disingenuous. I have recorded footage of you constantly being like, it's so obvious. Like, you should just be able to guess it. Like, you have changed your story. Boy, there are a lot of early locked rooms. Ugh. Well, I can't take office anymore. I mean, God, what a lousy house. I guess I'll just take closet. At least it's off a hallway. Boy, it sucks over here. Ah, good. This day is going well, wouldn't you say? Like it says, listening still. Dema did not just claim he never said it wasn't a shot in the dark, did he? He did, yes. Correct. You heard that correctly. I guess I will. I guess I'll go off the. No, I should go off the foundation, and there's like one last chance at what I want to have happen. You can keep saying that, demolition. I love you. I appreciate your presence here. You do a lot of good for the community, and you're very generous. I do genuinely believe that you're just being dishonest right now. Like that is my impression on whatever is happening right now. Okay, dining room seems solid here. Only have one green room, so that wouldn't have helped doubling nothing. What happens in the this is more steps, and the reason I shouldn't have taken it last time was because of some specific thing that I don't think applies. However, let's open this first. Well, I got keys. The armory. Well, I suppose I'll take the only room I can go in. It would be nice if the sale applied here, don't you think? Okay, so what does this do? Once per day while drafting, you can equip Knight's Shield to ignore the negative effect of any one room for 8 gold. Or the torch is... You can light candles and ignite fuses. I don't know what that means. You can knock locks off chests and trunks. Tomorrow gain a star. That one seems like an easy buy. I know there's a chest somewhere and I get a star for free. I think it's relatively unlikely that I care about the shield. I do not know what this does. I don't want an answer, but I don't know what it does at all. I don't know what this does, even an ounce. I suppose I'll take it and find out in case I accidentally run into a candle and suddenly understand. But I don't think, like, even though I can still afford the shield, which is kind of insane, like, I don't actually think it's, like, super important. You were saying I need to light earlier? Not other than, like, the freezer, which I don't think is going to be solved with a single torch. The ballroom, the courtyard, or the chapel? Well, I suppose it's going to be the chapel, because I can't afford either of the others, and I just don't have to go in there. I don't even think items spawn in there. I think they did during the demo, and they don't seem to now. I miss having dice. Okay, so now that I've found the chapel, I can pretty much only get furnace, maid's chambers, lavatory, aquarium, which doesn't really matter. Is there another one I'm not thinking of? Do I want to spend 8 gold on this? No, because I can just get the crown, right? Let's do that now, I guess? Oh, well, there are candles in here, huh? They're like fake candles. They're for show candles. They're like joke candles you put on a birthday cake when you hate your child or whatever. It's weird that there's an item that lights candles and it doesn't light candles. Did the armory have anything new? I think those were all the same ones I saw the last time I was there. I might be wrong, but I think those are exactly the same ones. I don't think there's a reason not to take any of this food, so I'm going to take the food. When you reach rank 5 today, gain 10. Does that just happen immediately? Okay. And then fish. I could try and, like, stall out the aquarium, but I don't think I want to come back here. So that's pretty good. We're okay in terms of steps, which makes me feel better about going to get the crown. Like, I'm sure I'm wrong given the way that Demolition phrased that question, but I don't remember anything that makes me wish I had something that lit candles and fuses. Like, fuses seem like a thing I would find here in the underground, but I don't, like, remember such a thing. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. Who keeps closing this? Like, it's not a big deal. It doesn't, like, dramatically slow down gameplay. But, like, just literally, who is closing that door? Same person who keeps resetting this and refilling the fruit. It's so funny that the idea that, like, fruit magically appears throughout the house when I go in the secret garden, like, does not suspend my disbelief, but I'm like, who's closing this basement door? So, like, just to catch you up if you weren't here at the start of the stream, we've opened 3 of these 8 doors down here by this lever. I have not solved the puzzle in here because even though I was pretty sure I was in a position I could brute force the last of the, like, 4 things you need to put in the seal, it wasn't working, and I had to go to Vegas, so, like, I didn't stay up for, like, another 2 hours trying to figure out why it was dumb. So I'm gonna go get the crown, and then I guess just, like, explore the rooms that are left, but I can't really do the main thing I wanted to do. I'm not really... Doesn't feel like I'm gonna make any measurable progress today, other than, like, getting stars. I don't know if, like, eventually, like, there's an off-book constellation that's, like, warped to Narnia or something. Imagine Simon being trapped in a chamber of mirrors thingy and May just walking through like he's a museum piece. I mean, if the staff... it feels weird conceptually that the staff is still vacant. Like, there's an excuse at the start of the game, and now there really, like, isn't. I should actually just go to the antechamber before opening any additional doors. All right, I can have a free basement key. I don't know why this is so funny to me. It's, like, actively bad to take it, but, like, I just think it's so funny. I got a thing. You mother. I guess I'll use it. This is stupid office. It's been a really, like, gem heavy day. I guess I'll take 10 steps and be mad about it. At least there's a gem. Oh, 15 steps. Excuse me, sleeping mask that's almost never been relevant in my life. Hey, where am I? One of these letters I still actually want, even though I kind of get the gist of this whole thing. It's 2 south from me. I'll never get there. Let's go... south? Is it locked on the other side? I'm gonna say it's worth checking, because I don't think there's that much exploration to do, given how bad my luck has been with the doors and stuff today. Okay, locked anyway. Well... secret passage? Where's the drawing room? Probably secret pass... well, I don't know. Corridor? Corridor to definitely unlocked room to save key. The configuration of this house is so piss. It's so bad. So I'd have to go into here, and then that room would be. But I would probably want a green room and don't have that many gems. I think I'm just gonna take Corridor. It's like a bummer, but like this whole place kind of sucks. Walk-in closet, coat check. So if I take spare room, I have an outlet to move around up here that's actually up here. If I take walk-in closet, I don't have any more gems, but might find more gems or keys or both. If I take walk-in closet or coat check, then the only way to progress any further in the day is to go through the gymnasium and archives, which isn't the end of the world, but like also is somewhat inconvenient. But I suppose I have the steps for it. I think I'll take closet. I don't know. Everything's kind of a bummer, to be honest. Salt shaker gem. And there should be another thing, shouldn't there? Oh, lockpick set. It's just like tucked away. That might actually be handy. It's just nice, you know, to have a t-shirt. Is there a world where I want to go back to the locksmith with my $8? I could buy 3 more keys. I'm doing it, I should do it now. Wish this game had merch. I definitely wish it had like Swimbird. Locksmith's 10. Yeah, but it's sale day. It's sale day. Isn't it 50% off sale? I don't know. My gut says I should do it. I don't know why. Forward and left. Oh, yeah. I have the Morning Star. This is the room. Kapow. Hey, some dice. Boy, would have been smart guy tech to have come here earlier, huh? Yeah, that was very doable. All right. Garden. Pantry, passageway, blah, blah, blah. I like that now they're sold out of lockpick kit. That's not really how products work, but okay. I am good with 4 in a lockpick set. I might save some for the kitchen. Is there any reason to do that? We have 53 steps. I don't know. It'd be really cool if the passageway connected to the gymnasium, huh? This pattern is locked in. Yeah, we've got the gymnasium and archives and passageway are all still open. I don't really know what I'm like looking for, but you know, it's neither here nor there. Well, I suppose it's over there on the left. I mean, I'm never gonna want to come back here. Okay. I bought the keys. There should be more fruit around in theory. And I can salt the fruit, which is like a super normal thing for ordinary people to do. Is there any reason I want power? Not enough to bother. Free space. Still don't think any of my stuff... Wait, can I, like, craft something cool like a morning star and a battery? No. But if I could, it'd be dope, right? Nurse's station, dark... Yeah, get the dark room and these stupid bad rooms out of here. Get crowned, idiot. Aw, treasure trove. I mean, it's not, like, an awesome orientation, but, like, treasure trove, you know? I mean, I got enough keys and dice that, like, treasure trove, right? Don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, it just sort of gives more future gold for future Vasco. Oh, and, like, a clue. Wait, doesn't the Morning Star work on this? Why doesn't the Morning Star work on this? It very much feels like it should. Oh, that's right. I'm making, like, extra coins from my coin purse. Special chest and key, but it's a chest, and it's a morning star. It's a literal weapon to smash boxes. Why does it not apply to this box? I mean, as dumb as it is, I get it not working in the reservoir, but like, come on, this one does not feel like it should be an exception. And even then, I feel like they should make those boxes look different so it can be like, yeah, but like, not these ones. Whatever, I guess I have 7 keys and a lockpick set, so I'll get my clue or whatever. Green memos in white boxes are always lies. I mean, this really only pertains to... Oh god, it took screenshots when I was playing Hades, didn't it? That's miserable. I've never cared about this feature until I started trying to, like, use screenshots to track stuff in blueprints, and now I'm, like, hopelessly irritated by the existence of, like, achievement screenshots. I mean, there's torches in here that don't seem like they need my help to be lit. Can I just wear that armor around? I don't need to, but I'd look so cool. Okay, so this one's relatively important. I kind of need this to be able to go north, so we're gonna spend dice heavy here. Garage, boudoir, West Wing Hall. Are we okay with West Wing Hall? Probably. Boudoir's facing the wrong way, but I don't think I want to rotate it. I think that's fine. I really just need it to go north so I can, like, look at rooms. I mean, I could get her ladyship's room, but I don't think there's literally anything relevant in there. Lockpick? Hey, cool. Maid's chamber. Did I end up taking the office? No, because I couldn't afford it. So let's just remove that from the pool. Laboratory boudoir? I think that's spare room. I could re-roll, but I think that's a fine spare room. On Switch, you can filter screenshots by game, which is nice. I don't actually know if that's on PlayStation, maybe. Oh, by the way, like, update that's not really an update. Because of the circumstances during which I got the shiny Drifblim in Pokemon Legends Arceus, I hadn't really had time to take a close look at it. Apparently it's a girl Drifblim, and I cannot, for the life of me, think of, like, a really good nickname for a special shiny ghost balloon. The best I have come up with so far was Ariel, but, like, spelled like the word air because balloon. I'm working on this. This feels important to me. Okay, north... I can't decide if I regret taking a second spare room. Patio. I feel like that's not great. It does pay for itself and open the area. Oh, the other thing I thought of was LeMay, because when I thought it was a boy balloon, I kind of wanted to name him Mylar. because like Mylar is a material balloons are made of, but it kind of sounds like a boy's name. But like because it's a gold balloon, gold lame is sort of a thing that feels similar in nature to like Mylar. Try to reroll to a T. That's probably worth it here. Like patio, I think is the best of these options, but I don't love it. And there's not that many rooms to like use dice on, so like I think try to get a T is probably good. Cool. Gift shop. I probably can't afford anything. Well, I guess the courtyard has like a reasonably high chance of having like shovel or box or something. And will be unlocked, but I have like 6 keys, so who cares? I'm gonna go courtyard though. Not shovel, metal detector. Remove the aquarium. I mean, you're not wrong. You're like technically correct. I don't think the aquarium's doing me any favors, so I think it's fine to use it as a reroll. I could take billiard room. I should maybe take billiard room, but like I don't need keys or whatever. Pool freezer dovecote. I mean, I guess it's dovecote because like I don't think I want freezer. I could just like end the day with like 3 gems and 14 gold, but like I don't think that does anything. I don't think I can do anything in here without a shovel though, right? Not at this point. I'm gonna come back to that just because I know this one's unlocked. Attic, huh? I mean, it would. So I guess the argument is this: like, I could take attic to ensure that I am able to spend 3 gems and get one more star, which sounds decent. I could also just re-roll to not do that because I have one dice left. Like wine cellar and boudoir don't really like do very much of any. I mean, I guess I could take boudoir and like aggressively re-roll like the door south of here or north of Dovecote, but like neither of those sound very good. I think it's really between like attic and re-roll, which is basically like star or try to find something else that could also be star. And when I put it that way, I think it's redraw. Drafting studio. I like that. Those like those. And that also gives me a star, but like does something that's neat. So let's go in here. Spook the birds. Oh, floor coin. Is this anything? The vault. I suppose boudoir is fine here. Oh man, just had a funny thought. It'd be funny if the last 2 rooms in that north corner were like gift shop and then vault. Check the dove room. Is there a chance that things appear in the dove rooms other than that box? I don't believe I've ever seen that. I suppose I haven't been in here a ton. I'm not seeing anything this time, but hey, you know what though? This room should have that letter that I mentioned earlier. So that's a tie. And that's a clock. Tie and time. So that is count small gates. We count small gates? We Count small gates. Oh, I know what that means. That's that's so esoteric. What an annoying way to convey this information. It's also okay. So like back when we first found the underground area, we were in a position where we could use the boiler room to open that thing that's off the tunnel that leads to the switch that opens the north door. And we went in there, and someone was like watching the stream who's like not a regular, and I was like messing around with the lock, and I had like some like idea in mind based on like something I'd photographed that day, like a weird statue of like a maid goddess or something. And like they were just like, oh, like it's weird that there's like numbers on here. It's like not very big though. You could like put May 8th. I don't know why you would. And I was like, you could, and then we put it in and it opened. And then I think at some point Demolition was like suggesting that I like opened some number of safes that I hadn't, and like if we count small gates, then there's safes, which is very stupid. Like I just don't think that's the type of puzzle that adds anything to the experience of like the puzzle itself. It like only makes a decent puzzle slightly more annoying. In the drafting studio, you draft. Casino games of chance. I think that costs gems too. What is dormitory? Every time you enter dormitory after drafting a draft room, gain 10 steps. Or you are more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms. I mean, that sounds cool. It only costs one? That sounds pretty cool. So unusual and no, rare is the top end of the normal rarity scale based on things like the conservatory. So unusual is like rarer than rare. It's like mythic rare. That sounds cool. Those like those. I don't know why I've been saying that so much lately. Yeah, I like Solarium. I like green rooms and stuff. Small gates thing is weird. Not as weird as potentially the last save. Oh, that sounds fun for me. I'm still a little perplexed by this Great Hall model thing. Like, I think I get the idea, but it's still, like, weird. Yeah, I have 6 keys, but you know what? I can actually hack it. Okay. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. That's not super useful. I do have 2 green rooms, so I could put a dead end to get gems. That sounds dumb. So I think it's either redraw for like a better hallway sort of situation. Oh, I can't get veranda. So I guess I should redraw. I'm down to 1 gem. Weird comment. Hey, gift shop. Maybe I'll figure out how to get vault. You know what? It's so stupid, but I'm gonna open the west wing door and see if I can like get vault at either end somehow. I guess I need one to give me gems to get vault at the other, but like I might as well try. It sounds really funny. Stupid calendar. Like I got like 40 steps and whatever. Somehow not locked. The gallery. The next time you enter walk-in closet, gain 3. Don't I have that? Yeah, that's not that far away. Let's torture ourselves in the gallery. I genuinely don't know what this game has to do to get me to reach a point where I'm like, yes, now I will go to the gallery on purpose. Like, now that I've seen the gallery, I'm just like, cool. I think the correct thing to do... Oh, and I have boudoir not exactly on the way, huh? But it basically pays for getting the gems that could potentially get me the vault. Listen, I didn't solve all this stuff by like day 26 to not do this stupid edge case. Oh, hang on. Floor coins or something? Or like a key? Oh, wait. I forgot this was an item. So that means I should also try to get back to the observer. That should be doable. Uh, that stupid thing, the locket. Was that what was? No, that was not. Oh, floor key. Hyper rare. Is it actually that rare? I mean, I think it's only the second time I've seen it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually rare. So I want. So the order of operations is that I go to the walk-in closet, then walk back here, take a stop at the boudoir, and then go north. I think that's right. So this way. It's one of the rarest items in the game outside of one specific vault key. Oh yeah, I kind of need to get more vault keys, huh? I got like two in kind of back-to-back succession. I was only able to use one by putting it in code check for like 9 days. And then like I don't think I've seen one since I got the second one. Okay. Can I make anything? I can make a salty metal detector. Moving on. I check the map too much because I don't trust myself. Triple ding. What's the rarest item in the game apart from the vault key? Allegedly, the telescope. Which I have to remember to use. So boudoir is a dead end up here. Cool. That did pay for most of that trip. Now, with 4 gems and a dice in our pocket, maybe we can get the vault or something. That's fine. What is my... Oh, it's a basement key. Bunk room would hilariously double my gems to no value. Commissary would let me get items that I don't think do anything. Office would not help. I think that's an easy redraw. God. Well. You see, I could take the solarium, which will help me to draft rarer rooms from... Oh. Right. I guess I'll take the billiard room to advance the billiard room quest. This has not been an especially good in-game day. I just have to hit up the observatory before I, like, die of dysentery or whatever. Floor coin? Yeah, floor coin. Gear wrench, kind of. I had such a weird experience with gear wrench that I believe I've only seen once, but I think I managed to hit every mechanical room I've ever been in on the same day while having the wrench. Not all of the ones in the game, because I know there's at least like Mechanarium or whatever that I've never been in. Oh my god. 5? 9 minus 2 is 7? Wait, wasn't it? Plus 3 plus 6. Oh no, that's not minus. That's multiplied. That's 18? No, that's... Yeah, 18? 3 times 2... 6, 18 again? Is that right? 1 times 1 divided by 1. Fantastic. 2 keys just for me. Been such a good boy. What a day, huh? What a day. Yeah, we gotta do the conservatory. I don't think there's any other things to do. Do I want to know what to light? I think that my answer to that... The heck? Was this here before? How does it cost question mark dollars? The only essence is not a guaranteed pull for the torch. Okay, hold on. Oh, I bought the lunchbox, huh? I genuinely forgot that's how that worked. I have a thought, and I'm honestly not even sure if going to the gallery will help with this. Can you not? Can you just not screenshot from playing Hades off stream? Question mark dollars sounds sketchy. It's one of those things, you know, where like if you have to ask, you can't afford it or whatever. I'm pretty sure I was taking photos by the time we went to... Is it like somewhere in that tunnel? Like the tunnel that has the castle thing that I want to solve so bad? I feel like there's torches there. I don't know if they need to be lit. We can certainly check. I can't afford question mark dollars. I don't know why they won't tell me, though. There is something odd about that. Well, I know that question marks in both cases is more than 17. Oh, Bertez can only be purchased after you've proven your merit as a scout by obtaining 8 trope. That sounds like dog water. And this one doesn't even tell you how. I guess maybe I have to find a video game console before I can do that. Hey, you know what's funny? Is that you have to beat the game in order to unlock the ability to buy this t-shirt, just like the escape game. Okay, so now we will go... I think we'll just, like, exit out the front door. We might encounter some fruit along the way. And also just don't actually think it saves us much, if any, trouble going through the foundation and taking that way. I imagine it's, like, roughly the same number of steps from here. So I just need a straight shot to the branching hall. That was not a trophy. And then through the passage. I want you to one day see what a fully stocked conference room garden looks like. That does sound pretty good. Why would I come this way? Because I'm stupid? Agreed. Wait. It's irrelevant. Salty banana. Oh, yes. So wait, I have to... Good. Oh, a pair of chests. That's... I mean, I can open them. Wow, I've boosted apples twice today. They must be so good right now. Wait, what? No, it just lets me... Okay, weird. Slightly weird. And I happen to be right next to... It's actually really funny to have the observatory directly next to the entrance hall on a day where you activate the twins. Oh, thank goodness for these keys. Can I just bury these or something? This would have been nice earlier, but it wouldn't have been feasible until now, the end of the day. So I could go looking for food or I could buy food at the kitchen. But I don't really need to go that far to check out that hallway, right? I have like 25 steps. Like, I think I'm good. And that is going down. I do confuse the two. Is it this? This is. No, wait, what is this? Is this the one? Yeah, it's probably this, right? This isn't what I was thinking of, but now that I'm here, yeah, this obviously. The complete manifest for all the excavation equipment has been rigorously checked and delivered to the upper branch. After tomorrow, the site will be sealed and all remaining hardware will be packed up and transported to the original access tunnel for long-term storage. It's unclear if they will also seal the tunnel after our crew has left, but I suspect that they may want to ready access to the gear, especially now that they've begun operations in the East Mine. A month ago, I believe the discovery of gemstones in that cavern was directly linked to the closure of this site. That's a weird cause and effect. But now I'm not so sure. The Baron doesn't seem the type to value shiny baubles over history. He likes to pay for his trinkets in blood. Tunnel. A secret tunnel. Always draw a tunnel. Well, that, I mean, I don't know what the heck that is, but it sounds important. Because, like, a room that drafts another room, and I haven't heard of either of them, sounds like that's important. It feels weird that I can't just, like, have the torch out to light the space. I think we're good, right? That's what was wanted there. I'm gonna check the other one too, just because it felt like there might be like a torch there, and I might as well because I have the steps. I didn't ask at the start of the stream today, but like yesterday, we inexplicably did Secret Squirtle at the start of the stream. Did people have thoughts about that? Good, bad, indifferent? I have recently been entertaining, like, largely as a function of, like, the vague plans I have to sort of change up the room once the window install is done later this year. Of maybe, like, changing the approach of how Secret Squirtle works. So any input is valued. Chess room. I so badly want this. I don't know why it matters so much to me, but I really want it. I don't remember this riven door before. Stupid book. Huh. Assume I have to figure that out later. Can I don't know how I can take a photo of that door that will make it clear to me where it is I need to come back for it. Sure. Nah, we'll just leave it for now. I have 12 keys and 12 gems, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty annoyed about it. A stupid day. At least we got the tunnel. And hey, surely we have time for one more day. None of the other streamers I follow have a thumbs up emote. Honestly, I've been thinking that recently that like I am lacking that. Demo should use my sister's, which is one of her puppets that she starts her stream with, giving a thumbs up. And like I shamelessly use my emotes in other people's chats and refuse to change. Like that's my toxic habit or whatever. So like I've been in chat a lot more recently because I've been watching these Pokemon Battle Revolution streams where you can give inputs in chat and it's really cool. Um, and like I just like I don't have a thumbs up, and it feels like sometimes you need that. It's interesting that you bring that up though. Like, is that something that you feel like more people should have? Like, what makes you mention it? Just out of curiosity. Like, I agree that I don't have it, so I'm not trying to be defensive. I'm just curious why you mentioned it. Like to see it. Um, well, the question I guess is simply like, what? I mean, like, I think I may even have when I like commissioned the Carlos one intended that to be similar, but I don't think it conveys the point. Hard to explain who Mo is. Yeah, that is. I mean, all you have to do is explain that my sister, who is extremely blurst and intelligent, has two different puppets for her bi-coastal lifestyle streams, and one of them has a stiffer hand that kind of gives a thumbs up, and she made an emote out of it. Like, what's so hard to comprehend about that? I think we're good today, right? Can anyone think of a reason why we don't end today? We've done the puzzles. We can't afford anything that matters. We could go buy food, but who cares? We did get like 4 stars today. Actually, we actually got 6 stars today. No, 7. We got one from the telescope, one from the conservatory telescope, one from the morning star that we technically get tomorrow, and then 4 from experiments. We got 7 stars today. We literally beat Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars in one day. Her ladyship's shopping center. You know what? That's fair. Save and continue. Surely just one more day will be fine. So I'm kind of torn here. I think I get allowance first, and then we go roll the annex room or whatever. I think that if we get the shrine, we definitely take shrine. Oh, that's right. We could have used all the keys down. Honestly, I don't really want to spend the time on it. That's fair, but we could have done that. Okay, so we didn't get that. So this could be a schoolhouse day. This could be a tomb day. Or more chance of dig spots. I don't think I have a strong preference. How do you want me to spend the next like 7 hours of this one stream, chat? Trying to like buy out another store? Like maybe trying to achieve something from the gift. What was the expensive thing that we actually could buy at the gift shop currently? Just kind of only like one or two things, right? Schoolhouse? Sure. Kind of like skeptical that like you can solve the gallery. I no 7 hours. Like I'm being, conservative with my estimate, but I like only 7 hours. You understand? Like truly, despite the fact that I'm like pretty good at puzzles, I know you all think that like it's the most heinous puzzle on earth, but like also I have spent time off stream like looking at those images and I'm just not there. I'm just not getting it. It's unclear to me if it will be like a oh, I'm so silly or like all right, let's stop the stream and start talking about how much I hate this. Everyone's response to it makes me think it's gonna be more like the latter. I guess she'd be shocked if I got a single solution in the gallery. That bodes well, I think. I also like to think that's not meant as a specific criticism to me, but you know, who knows? Victory, self-read, dartboard puzzles. Bunch trophies. Yeah, win the trophy of drafting. Win the drafting strategy sweepstakes. So drafting strategy is like the name of those books, which is why I think that that's related. You will look it up and you will be mad. I don't disagree with you. Television says, I got 3 out of the 4, had to look up the last one and literally hate it. Yeah, you know, I've seen things. I've seen them with my eyes. I don't doubt the truth of what you say. So we could take early library and get that book, the unredacted history of Arindia. I don't know exactly what that does for us, but it seems important. The question is, do I want to take it now? And there's still like a reasonably high chance I could get it at some other point. But frankly, all of these rooms are angled, which is awkward because they kind of eliminate the possibility of getting the good room on this side. So like, I guess I might as well do it now. I just want you to share in my fury. But you understand that like half the point of me streaming is that, right? Like, I feel like I've implied this, but like genuine, like, I enjoy trying to be entertaining. I enjoy sharing my experience and talking to you. But I feel like I've intimated before about how like one of the most gratifying things about streaming, like in and of itself, is just like being able to show you how preposterous it is to be me and like see these unlikely things happen, or on maybe the flip side of the coin, maybe not quite so opposing to that. But, like, just the notion that, like, when I encounter something in a video game I hate so much, I have an audience to tell them that. Okay, the history of Arindia. Ajera to Araja. That... I hate that. Forward. Arindia was once a name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters, though the term is no longer employed in the halls of politics nor commonly known to the average citizens. Its memory flickers in the hearts of those who hail from the lands that it once encompassed, and many of the elder generation in hushed circles still refer to themselves as Arindians. Yet we must not let the flame of our history dwindle into the obscurity of whispered conversations, nor permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon the name of our land. We must keep alive the embers of our past and preserve them for generations yet to come. Now, as much as I hate to do this, it feels like the thing to do... I don't know how long ago this was. I'm pretty sure I have photos of this. No, I don't, do I? I don't actually think I do have photos of History of Arindia. I took some notes on it, like, shortly before I started taking photos. I was gonna try and compare them, but I can't physically do that. Library should, in my opinion, always have the magnifying glass on days where you have books that might need it. That would probably be cool. Ajera. Historians mark the beginning of the first era, denoted as Ajera, by the ascension of the first king of Arindia, whose name, Oris, would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the black banners of Arindia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry along every thoroughfare from Oris all the way to the western banks. A new kingdom was born. I'm just going to take photos of this book and just be unhappy about it. I mean, I didn't do it before. I might as well do it for the unredacted version. Second era. It was the fourth king of Orindia who split the vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. The eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great grandfather. The middle, okay. I can sort of use these to maybe help figure out something about the unresolved coat of arms thing in the basement. Probably should have taken a picture where I left that, huh? What's the mountain sigil, I think? The others he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the king. I hate the way that's worded. I really, really hate the way that's worded. The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm Orinda Ares, after the angelic paragon of royalty, Orinda. I also hate that naming convention. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms. I think this is the one I was working on. Is that right? Wild and untamed expanse, which was at the time not developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. To the middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Araja, the mystical realm of the ancestors, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and poetry of the old tongue. I know there was crap redacted on this page for sure. I don't really remember what. It says, my largest problem with this game is that while yes, it's dense and difficult to solve at points, safes, 8 doors, etc., it's part of the game design, but that it does so with no respect to the player's time or memory is a core issue. Now you can keep safes open before you couldn't. No midday saves. Yeah, I think I agree with you on this point. Like in various games that we played on stream before, I've definitely made a difference between like real and artificial difficulty. And it feels like there are times when this game will indiscriminately apply something as like artificial difficulty and not do so in a thoughtful way. Like it sometimes uses artificial difficulty in a thoughtful way, and that can be fine in limited quantities. But like I will rally until the day I die that there was no point at which it seems appropriate for this game to not have a save midday function, for example. I mean, I know that was in your list, but like that just seems like egregious. Like there's no purpose for that. It adds nothing to the game and is miserable. As the Second Era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the Third Era was defined by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the length and breadth of the land. None of y'all suckers can convince me we're not going in the subway. That stuff was redacted, and for the reason that they didn't want me to know I was going in the subway. This game is embarrassed about the presence of Jared What's-His-Face and the things that happened to him after being a spokesperson for Subway. And they were like, we should distance ourselves from that. But regrettably, metro train system is an important part of this game. Linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Araja. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. A promise that would unfortunately, as many readers will soon find, not be kept. The way that is written is so silly. Also, I can't help but feel like the tunnel may somehow be connected to the subway, the tunnel room we just found, the tunnel room chosen specifically for Cusco. The Fourth Era. As the kingdom of Orinda Ares entered the Fourth Era, a different kind of ruler took reins of power. King Desolates III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects, from the most influential advisors to the humblest of citizens. You know what's weird about that, though, is the implication of why things were redacted was, like, for public use, not to, like, mess with me, not as part of, like, the scheme of the house, which would mean that the very notion of, like, a network of subway tunnels linking the country is, like, a secret from everybody, which just seems odd for various reasons. Delicious says, okay, now I'm hungry again. Favorite Subway sandwich shop? I mean, I know it's like a hot take. I am like kind of a big fan of Subway. Like Subway kind of just like helped get me through college, and like it just has like a nostalgic anchoring to it. I don't really frequent like a ton of sandwich places, to be honest. Part of the problem is that I'm like very particular about like sandwich toppings, and a lot of those want to just like have a oh, you know what? Another good one is which I've only seen a few locations of, and like one of them closed down like the second time I ever went there. That place is pretty good. Nico says, I missed the oatmeal cookies at Subway since the UK stopped selling them. Gosh, do we still have those here? I always go for chocolate chip because they're obscenely good, and I generally don't care so much about my cookies pretending to be a little good. Devotion says, for him, it's either Jersey Mike's hot or Potbelly cold. I've never heard of Potbelly. I've never been to a Jersey Mike's or a JJ's. There was in the Vegas airport. There was a sandwich shop that was pretty good. Got a sandwich there on the flight back that I enjoyed. It helped me get through that difficult day when I was starting to feel sick. Okay, this guy, King Desolates the Third, which is it's such a villainous name. He might as well be named Vizier Iago the Betrayer. He was king who often was seen among the people, eating, drinking, and conversing, a sight that shocked not only gentry and the court, but the masses as well, who could scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever sup with the crown. Sup. Desolates was renowned as the king of the people, and it was therefore no surprise, it was a surprise to no one, when he made the decision to move to the capital from the secluded mountains of Reddington to the public stage of Orris, leaving castle and court behind. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare. Yet, not all were swayed so easily. There were those that viewed the king's conduct as unbecoming of his station, and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the common folk. These dissenting voices planted the seeds of discontent, which presumably blossomed in the winter of our discontent, which took root in the lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fen, as I have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fen. I feel like part of that must have been redacted. Not sure which part, but clearly like one of those is a secret name. Shh, secret name. The era of Root. I know I've read this out loud before, but it has been a while, and also shut up. Chapter 5, Era of Ruin. After the passing of King Desolates III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died naturally in his old age and surrounded by his people in Orris, far away from the growing unrest among the western city of Fen. On the very next day, the 6th of October. Ooh, the 6th of October, huh? Huh. Now that's not going to be the date of the count, right? I need the date of like the count of something in the office. It feels like it's going to come from a source like this, but I don't think that's it. I am going to, however, make a confusingly disjointed note somewhere in the blue notepad on my computer. This should probably go in the lore section. Prince Learson of Fen declared himself monarch. Da, 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 da. This is my one experience with a Philly cheesesteak sandwich in the Philadelphia airport made me decide the sandwich is a better idea than it is a food. Too much cheese, too much steak, as impossible as it sounds. It's a recipe for indigestion and constipation. First off, you are incorrect about that. Secondly, it is worth noting that there is a spectrum of ways to combine those ingredients in like quantity, and some are better than others. Um, okay, on the very next day, the 6th of October, the self-proclaimed Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a surprising number of supporters due to the fact that Desolates the Fourth shared his father's good name, but little of his virtues. Cool. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fen surrection. So I'm guessing that like a lot of this Fen stuff was among the redacted stuff, which implies what? That the Fen lost, or that they won and don't like it being considered in that way. I should probably be able to deduce that, but I don't care. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets and stained it red. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was General of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together, they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch, Ares, and Nuance to join their cause. I forgot there was a place called Nuance, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't redacted, because I'm pretty sure I reacted to that last time. So, there's something weird about the way this is written. Because I feel like the way this is written... No, okay. We're saying that, like, Prince Learson was like, hey, I'm like a cooler guy than the one who has like birthright to the crown. So like, let's have a talk. And the people were like, yeah, I like the cut of his jib. And then Prince Dickhead the Fourth was like, burn them all. And so then the prince and this unnamed geomancer like worked together to burn the gardens. Together they leveraged their they got Arch, Ares, and Nuance to join them. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Those are not good odds. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death he had won. Oris had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags had flown, for 5 eras were burned, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen Fen. The few remaining members of the former family fled in fear, say that 5 times fast, of their lives to the south, forever exiled. So, this banner stuff has to do with the reason our in-game mom disappeared. There's definitely some, like, black banner nonsense entangled with that. Chapter 6, the current era. Today, the realms inherited by the 3, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Araja, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. Your knowledge of the land will be great. The spruce and birch that span across our realm serves as a constant reminder that we all share a common past, and that those trees continue to grow, so do our hopes for a common future. A future where we are not defined by the colors of the banners we raise, but by that which connects us. A land that we each call home. If that's the case, it's really annoying that there's all this like bannerism in these puzzles that I find a little tedious. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, our mothers, and our children. This land, after all that has happened, did I screenshot this one? Still Iridia. Was that redacted too? I know I have notes that Caleb Manning is like possibly a terrorist. He also was like an author with the same publisher uh, that our mom worked with. Okay, cool. A potentially uncommon room. Clock tower. I feel like that's not it. Hey, what do you feel about room 2 freezer, everyone? How do you feel about that? I'm gonna go ahead and say classroom and not be thrilled about it, I think. If you freeze it now, I will walk. But why? I can't think of a reason. Oh, he's sick an apple. Okay, so while we're on all this banner talk, didn't we determine... I think I have notes about this. Classroom notes, grade 1, mountains yellow. I'm pretty sure oh hey, rabbit's foot. I've like never gotten this item before. That's cool. It's good to get that early. This stupid room. I think mountains is the one I was working on. I'm still not sure I actually have enough information to properly solve that. Storeroom, West Wing Hall. Let's go West Wing Hall and maybe hope to get hallway closet off of that. I guess I could go storeroom and try to make sure I have enough gems for classrooms or something. It's just, I want to use all the room space, you know? Wait, really? It'll let me do conservatory if it doesn't open both doors? I don't think I've ever seen that, and kind of assumed it was one of those rooms that like gets mad if you try to do that. It's not a great use of my gem, but it's one of my favorite rooms. Let's mess with probability. I would like the one that makes green rooms cost none gems to be common because I like green rooms. Choose plan. What is observatory currently at? Standard? That I'm unclear on. Standard seems okay. I don't think you'd want it to be rarer than standard. Because it costs a gem, I'm not sure if I like common, but it's pretty good. And we're far enough in the game that, like, it seems like I haven't come close to working out the math as to, like, what the EV or expected value is of it on a random day. But, like, you know, it can generate, like, gems and keys and other resources. So, like, it's pretty good to, like, have it. The problem is just that it costs gem. I think I'm going to try putting it at common. I am not sure that that is correct. Chamber of Mirrors is at rare. I honestly feel like that's fine. This room is a little annoying. It seems like the main thing it would let me do is get more copies of rooms. And the sense I get is that they're mainly like connecting rooms, which makes sense, but isn't like even necessarily like a huge boon. So like I think I'm just gonna leave that at rare. Don't feel like I often see green apples in this game. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave this one for now. Gonna try and clear rank 1 first. I feel like Den's a good place to start for various reasons. Good connections, has gem, will travel. Usually apples on teacher's desk. I did get that one from our first classroom. Hmm. Hallway closet. It's like a bedroom. I don't know. I think hallway closet's fine. It'd be nice to get it off a hallway, but I think I'd rather just have the stuff here now. Like gem and key. Ooh, storeroom. Maybe? So I could take pantry for like better house shape. I don't know. I think I like storeroom. Battery. Okay. And then I guess I will open this. Probably gonna take spare room here, considering what my house currently looks like. That's not like a great spot for the solarium, huh? I feel like this is a better corridor, but I swear I want the solarium, but like what fits there? That's right, the spare room. No. I love that meme so much. The guy like putting all the shape blocks in the wrong hole and the girl getting progressively upset. I really love that one. I think this has to be corridor. I mean, I guess I could take workshop here, but like, as much as I want to go in the solarium, like, this is just an awful place for it. Ever see the fall? I think I did. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I mean, I have battery, but like, do I need corridor later? Do I want workshop now? I'm gonna take corridor. Observatory. Yeah, that seems good. So that's sail and green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers. Got it. Not maybe the most useful combination, but the flowers could help eventually. Could. Darker bedroom utility closet. I'm gonna say bedroom. This could go awkward pretty fast. Don't really want dark room though. Car keys? Haven't had the car keys in the hottest of minutes. Tunnel? What a lousy time for tunnel. Decent time for reading nook though. I've already been to a library today, so it's not as essential to go back to the library if I get like a good shaped room or whatever. Or it could be darkroom utility closet because the game is really set on that idea. I mean, the darkroom's like not doing me any favors without already having utility closet. Like, in theory, darkroom here could potentially extend the day, but also, and this is true, I hate it. It's a bad room. I'm gonna take library. And so now, hey, look, it's a magnifying glass in the library. I don't know if there's anything I would need to look at in that book, but I suppose I might be able to try. Let me do Realm and Rune, I guess. I know the other one has what I perceive to be an achievement attached to it, but that book sounds more like it's going to give me guidance. Now, I could spend 3 gems to go in the attic, and it could give me anything, even 3 gems. But that sounds stupid. So I guess I'll take the classroom. Now, I've already been in this one. There is an apple here. It doesn't taste better like it did yesterday. Okay, now we're really banking on that one hallway. So it's good that we have some keys. Dark room. I mean, funny enough, the way that this house is shaped, I shouldn't need to backtrack through this point very often. I honestly think that chapel makes more sense. Get the 7 times taste better. Simon sees through time while having it. It's like having the apple taste that good that he sees through time is literally the Futurama episode where Fry spends his like government money to buy like 100 cups of coffee or whatever. Coffee, 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 coffee. Parlor? Oh, that parlor shape is pissed though. Oh, they're all bad. I'll have to go through the chapel twice. One coin for 3 gems if I'm not too stupid is probably fine. That's one of your favorite moments. It's pretty good. Futurama's got a lot of those. Alright. A false box contains the gems. The black box is true. Which, if true, would mean it doesn't contain the gems. The black box is false. Well, rude. This seems like it should be easy, but I'm tired now. A false box contains the gems. If the black box is true, then if the black box is true, and the black box is true, then this would have to be false, which it would have to be false, and then it would contain the gems. Frankly, the way this is set up, if this is false, then, like, there's no way to figure out where the gems are, right? Like, isn't that just kind of true? Like, wouldn't this then be impossible? But, okay. I guess if we say a true box contains the gems, then that would be false. So black would be false, which would mean that blue is true, which would mean that white is false. Again, this feels like this cuts either way. Like, this feels like a 50-50. False box contains the gems. It's basically, like, because blue says that black is false and white says that black is true, their whole identity hinges on black. And black could feasibly be true or false. I'm not sure if there's actually a deterministic way to know where the gems are, but it feels like this room should and is probably meant to be designed in such a way that you can figure out where the gems are without guessing. I mean, a true box contains the gems. So if the black box is false, both of the other statements are false, which mean that only this is true and only it could have the gems. If the black box is true, then both white and black are true. Blue is false, and then blue contains the gems. So wait, it's always blue? Is that right? God, I'm so tired. Either black is false and a true box has it and only blue is true, or black is true and only a false box has it and only yeah, it's got to be blue. Okay, great. Now I can nap or something. I closed it. North. My money. I do have, well, it's a dead end though. That's not great. I mean, have I been to grade 3 before? I know I've done 1 and 2 multiple times. I don't actually remember if I've been in 3. Do have gems. Yeah, no, I have been in here. Can I take photos of this crap? Do I need this? Do I need this crap? Took photos of the periodic table. I should probably, like, at least have a photo of one of these. Water, ice. Disrespectful. See me after class. No dog statue. Feels like that should be something, but it isn't something. Damn. Got key. How much do I like security here? I have 8 redraws. Is there like a particular corner room I would really like? Security. I mean, security gives me a computer so I could do an experiment. It also potentially opens the door to utility closet being like a better pull. And it at least angles me to where I need to be to have a chance to do anything else. Security just to have a guaranteed exit. Well, yeah, but I could re-roll it like 8 times is the question. It's not a question of which of these 3 rooms. It's is security better than 8 hypothetical other draws of 3 rooms? And I think the literal answer to that is like probably not, but I don't know specifically what I'm looking for. I guess the thing to angle for in the absence of knowing a specific corner room that I really want is like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could try to angle classroom. I guess that's the point of classroom, isn't it? Maybe that is worth doing. Like the other consideration is just like if I want to advance classroom, then like I don't necessarily want to spend a gem on security, right? I don't know. I think it's kind of close. I'm gonna take security because I think it has enough broad utility it's worth doing. I kind of think that's the wrong choice, but I'm just gonna go with it. Keycard system, security level, low, confirm, offline mode, unlock, confirm, back, security menu, log into network, left trigger, right trigger, wait for modem, modem sounds, get impatient, remote terminal access, view active terminals, move one to the right, select laboratory, yes. Wait for modem. Get bored. Hit enter. Experiment setup. Continue experiment. While drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan, or each time you find some trash while digging, or whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, I don't think we'll actually be doing that very much today, gain a key gem or die selected randomly. Letter will be, letter delivered to the mailroom, I'm told is good and sounds good. Find 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Do we already have 2? We have spare room. We have corridor and west wing hallway. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna say each time you find trash while digging, and a letter will be delivered to the mailroom. And now I'm going to care a little bit more about things that might find shovel, and I already like green rooms. And we'll see if we can just get like so much mail that it will replicate my experience of initially moving into this house and being very upset. Start experiment. Leave. I sure hate it a lot. This is the third time today that I've had both utility closet and dark room on the same draw. I don't think I have a great way around this. I'm actually kind of unclear as to which is a better choice here between archives and dark room. Like, obviously, utility closet is like the least offensive of the rooms, but is horrendous here because it's just a dead end. Although, if it's something I feel like I should have an answer to before I try to do it, and I don't feel like it is in good faith for me to ask chat the answer to this. But like, if I took utility closet, I could, in theory, go through the basement and activate the key card access to get the elevator, which might be better than all this dog water. I'll do it. Do I have enough keys? Probably not. At least now Darkroom's like a viable room to take. Draft straight south. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I do not anticipate this being my money particularly long day, given where we're at right now. Yeah, this is the one that actually leads out. I should have upped security. Too late. Actually, can't I? No, it's on a different network, right? I keep thinking that that will work and it doesn't. Okay. It's so ominous down here. Just like a real basement. It took long enough I started to question whether that actually had worked. Do you like the spatial muckery that it's definitely quicker to traverse to the elevator than it would be to physically walk this far in the house and the elevator goes straight up? Boy, it would be good to have a shovel on a day like today. Oh, right, I reached rank 8. What, gosh, it would be a little bit funny to take the bishop, huh? I don't know that I need that money, but I might not hate it. Queen is get keys on the west wing? That could be good, too. Although I don't have that many steps. It's like 5 for 1. I don't think it's armory. It's probably not rook. Rook's just like the worst of these by a good amount, isn't it? I'm not saying there's no time you want rook, but I feel like it's easily like the least used one. I don't actively need the gold right now, but I have the stupid. It doesn't help that much to like avoid the charges there, really. I think it's queen. It's probably queen or knight, but I think it's queen. Ada and Fenico live here now. Live where? Explain. I'm gonna take queen and not be thrilled with it. Passageway. Who boy? I don't think I want to spend 2 gems on passageway considering where I'm at. That's not ideal. Tunda Kochek Darkroom. Now, Darkroom is powered off, but I would have to go back to security, you understand, to actually avoid the punishment here. It would be a reason. This game like always wants me to have Darkroom. It's horrendous. I guess Rotund is not the literal worst, but like boy is it a lot of resources to just like not get hemmed in here. Like I think I definitely have to take Darkroom, and then it just becomes a question of whether I spend like 1 gold and several steps to go back to security. And under the circumstances, I think the answer is actually yes. I think so. Like it's not great, but like it also lets me sort of compensate for the error I made before in not upping the security level so that there's like more unlocked security doors. So that kind of breaks the tie of how much I don't like the sound of that. But yeah, as expected, this day continues to feel like it will not be very good or successful or, most perhaps importantly, long. And hilariously now I'm feeling like maybe it would have been better to take the stupid bishop power. Because I actually have to spend 2 more gold on that room. I think there was a very sound reasoning in choosing that, and the game has punished me soundly because it just does not like me today. which is neither new nor entirely novel. Hmm. Yep. I wouldn't expect anything other than an alternative to a good day in blueprints. That's one way of putting it. So before I forget again, keyword system settings, security level, high, confirm, back, return, inventory, just the trunk. Okay. And now we turn the dark room on, and now we'll have like 10 steps over there. So I guess we'll like prioritize kitchen or something. I don't know. It's gonna be a short day. We're gonna have like 4 steps on the other side of this. I don't think it makes a tremendous amount of difference, to be honest. Like, I think basically the way today has panned out, like, it sucks regardless. Would be a swell time to find a shovel for free, like a free shovel. Dining room is also good. While we're here. You know what? Guest bedroom. Why not? I mean, absolutely horrendous placement, as is tradition. But I don't think it's office, and it's probably not clock tower, and I have 6 steps, so we're just gonna go guest bedroom. No, oh, a key. Key is not nothing. All right, so we got that key. We got the dark room. Probably should continue down the dark room path, I guess. Continue to hate this room. Is there a place where items appear in here? Gem. Might need that gem. Let's do south door. Boiler room, mail room, archives. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, pretty good room shape from boiler room. Really very, very frustrating for this to be the room after the dark room, after traversing like half of my available steps to make it so that I could draft effectively from the dark room, where if this had happened in the other order, that I could have just ignored the dark room entirely. That being said, I think this gives me the best chance of realistically extending the day. We have to do this whole, like, this here is an example, I think, of what Demolish was talking about before, where it's like, sometimes there's like artificial difficulty that just like disrespects the player's time of like, why is there this unnecessary step where I have to toggle this every time I come into this room? You absolutely could have designed this in such a way that that isn't necessary, but instead you chose very specifically to do that. Do I have a spade in this room? I absolutely do not. Drawing room. I'm sorry, coat check is a powered room? Is that what the golden ticket is implying? Or security toggles. I can kind of get behind why security is the way it is. It's annoying, but like it seems really powerful to leave security like permanently in a certain state. Guess the boiler room is charging up the hammer. Like I don't even know what to do. Like I feel like I'm supposed to take drawing room here, right? But like I'm so curious as to like why it's implied that this is a powered room. But like I like drawing room is like way better, but like I don't know what's going on there. Might be nice, like I would love to take terrace at some point. Also would love to solve this room. I think I'm not there yet. Spent a lot of time in here like a couple streams ago. I think I'm like on the right track, but I think I'm missing something important. Really? This room is locked? You garbage monger? Really? That one? Brother? I don't think, like, if I got commissary on the other side of this room, I think I would take it. Part of me wants to take veranda. Gym is unpowered. That's true. It would save me the gems. It doesn't, like, actively contribute anything good, but it does, like, make it possible to check more rooms here. God, I have, like, so few of, like, all resources. What a ridiculous day this is. But let's not forget that I have the reroll, right? Like, we could try to reroll. Now, this reroll is, like, a lot riskier. No, I agree. Like, the relatively high probability of finding a shovel at the veranda does make it, like, somewhat appealing. But, like, I still wouldn't be able to do that much with it. This is really hard. Like, I think there's genuinely arguments for each of these rooms and reroll. Like, I don't think commissary is especially good, but I think there is an argument that, like, it is, like, probably the highest probability of getting a shovel, which I do want. Because my current experiment is dig up trash, get mail. Which is funny because IRL, it's like, mail is trash, dig up question mark. I think it's a real thing that gym has like a higher probability of shoes, right? Like it definitely seems like some rooms are weighted to certain items or vice versa or whatever. Doesn't obviously mean that we would definitely get them, but like it would help with the whole 10 footsteps thing. More items is also a higher chance of sneakers from other rooms. That's true. The problem is just that there's a high opportunity cost of 2 gems. But honestly, my gut still says veranda. I think we're... Oh, hey, look, it's shovel. Okay. Oh, that's right. And it's a higher chance of flowers today. I did forget about that. That might have swayed me towards this with less struggle. Not coins. I need trash. Don't love me. I'm the boost. I mean, north, I guess. Somehow not locked? Kind of insulting my intelligence? I mean, it's gotta be boudoir. Look, yeah, look at none of this trash, frankly. Hey, we're in red. Welcome to the stream, and thank you to Demolition for the active gift sub. How's it going? Bedrooms can have sleep mask or dice and sadness. Well, the dice were guaranteed. The sadness was a bonus, you understand. We should feel grateful for the sadness bestowed upon us. This day is going unwell. So... Listen, I have 6 steps. I think I'm going to open this dead end here. And then... just see what happens. Dining room, though... it's, like, not a good place for it. But, like, it's gotta be dining room. What's this one? Showroom. Nope. Almost definitely not happening. Whenever you open a chest, there's always a note and a gem for some reason. The gem always responds. I should have mentioned we could grab it from the Christmas safe. Oh, that is true. We've established that from the... what's it called? Save. The shelter save. Is 1 gem worth like 4 steps or something? Yeah, we have none gem. No, we have 2 gems. Yeah, but it is a school day. That's true. It is a school day. Maybe the Christmas save should be called the demo save. Maybe. Very efficient. Okay, is there dirt this time? Sometimes there's dirt, sometimes there's dirt! You got a rock. A letter has been delivered to the mail room. Why does that sound threatening? Remember to rotate boiler. True, that's true. I think that was the only one though, right? I'm not seeing another one. Although, again, there's an argument to be made of, like, do I need a powered room? And the answer is, like, frankly, I don't know. So I'm just gonna do it. This control, like, also could stand to just, like, be less annoying. That might be a console-only problem, though, to be fair. Passageway gift shop. So the interaction with Passageway is just that it spreads power. Which, like, wouldn't be the worst thing, but, like, 2 gems? I'm guessing by the rule of key doors, if I reroll this, I'm not guaranteed another powered thing. Really not close to buying souvenirs, but at least it's, like, an angle. Workshop... doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I think it's gift shop. I don't think it's worth the reroll here. So, like, I think it's just gift shop. Thinks it's through the gift shop. True. Well observed. Can I just, like, eat the lunch out of these lunch boxes? That would be nice. What is the amount that I need to care? 40 or 110? I do not remember swim trunks being here before. Like when I first came here. You can by interacting with the lunchbox in the dining room. No, my point is that I already bought that and ate it, but there could be lunch in this lunchbox and I'm here and I want to eat it. That's my point. Just be sure to bring some keys. Oh, trunks. Trunks. Go, tanks. Oh, I can't leave this way. I guess it's to the... Boy, what a crummy day. The mood in the Colosseum is somewhat unsettled. Oh, wait, there's dirt here. felt like there was more dirt when I came here before and didn't have a shovel. No, not key. Crap. Not coin. Dumpster. Not coin, like an old tin can. You're pissing me off. Ah. At least I can exit through the gift shop. No, I'm going this way. Shut up. It's closer. I don't think I really... I mean, it's gotta be billiard room, right? Oh, but that shape sucks. That shape is awful. I mean... Oh, commissary also bends that way? So it's really gotta be workshop or redraw, right? Like, I wouldn't have any, like, keys? Well, I guess if I took billiard room, I could potentially get keys, but I could also get something like key card or I think something else. Yeah, I think this is probably a good reroll. Like, we just don't have that many other places to go otherwise. The solarium. I mean, I could just hilariously go to the mailroom. Pretty sure it, like, wouldn't give me a key or whatever. Where does this go? It goes the direction I want it to go. And I'm fairly certain I haven't been to grade 4 class. Oh, I already hate it in here. How's my geography? Like, literally, demonstrably, in public knowledge that it's, like, one of my worst subjects. And it's, like, fictional geography, which arguably should be better, but... I mean, luckily I have a recent screenshot of the shape of these countries, which are just on the right, which is good. And I presume that they will be identified by their stupid idiot sigils for morons. Okay, but where's the Grand Line? Where the One Piece is? Isles of Orsay? The Three of Tides? There's some weird stuff on this one. Did the other screenshot, like, get all of that in a readable fashion? I think I want this closer one. God, the lighting on it sucks farts, too. Like, I can't, like, read that in the room, so, like, I really don't think I'm feasibly getting, like, a screenshot to, like, look legible. Can you interact with the eye thing? Nope, can't do that. Impossible. I'm sorry, the what-osphere? The devoted moon and the rogue moon? The Three of Tides is a really peculiar thing to see on here. I feel better. Neko said she also did not know that you could, like, interact with the eye on that. No, don't draw on it. Delete it. A2 Brute. The South Key. That's weird. That's clearly important for something. There's also, like, weird symbols. Like arrow and diamond. Sacred circle. Is that like a sacred signature? Why is the number like 46? It's super important. Whatever that is obviously important. Whoa, wait a minute. That shape, the spiral of stars, that's something. It's not like a solution to something. It just corresponds to that thing from the music room, doesn't it? There's something. Hey guys, I don't know if you noticed, I have a lot of screenshots. Are you tired yet? Where was this? Not this, but I have a similar one. Or is it this? Is it this? I mean, it would be at an angle. The one I'm thinking of is... What if we briefly like this so it goes to the top? And then... Yeah, that's the same thing. I have no idea what that means or why. If I had to take a guess, it feels like somewhere on this planet I will find something that's like a combination lock of sorts where I have to slot things into those spots. And I have to know the location of those celestial bodies in relation to this or something. It's clear then you must defeat the Spiral King. Is that a Gurren Lagann reference? There's a lot of spirals being important in that. Okay, spiral thing. Achieved. Not clear what to do with it, but understood to some limited extent. A North Circle, whatever. The country of Cloaca, I got it. Great Tress. It's okay. I wouldn't call it great. Morajai. There's definitely something weird about this that I should understand better. These are these all country sigils? I don't know what the thing with the infinity symbol is. It's throwing me that there was like an allusion to that in the game we were playing yesterday. I hope this isn't a political statement. That's quite the thing to say, to be honest. Oh boy. See, you got Chevron, Diamond. I think mountains are top. Five out of 7 is good. A different 5 out... Ooh, comparing 2 5 out of 7 seems useful. Chevron, Diamond, Jigsaw, Rainbow, Pentagon, Mountain, Hourglass. Mountain, so like... Their Hourglass and Pentagon are reversed. But they have the same number wrong. No, wait. Yeah, they... No, Rainbow is where Hourglass is. Pentagon is... So basically, either one of them has one of those 3 in the right spot and then has the other 2 reversed. But I know from the photo I took today... That's none of that's where Hourglass goes, huh? Okay, hold on. Okay. Classroom. Read 3, because I didn't note this, even though it's not that important. Classroom grade 4. We will say boxes left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You love real-time notes? Who loves real-time notes? Kel does, along with orange soda. Okay, so we'll start with the far right ones, because we have an open book test solution for it. So mountain mirror. Why did I type house glass instead of hourglass? That's impressive. Okay, so that would mean if we're going left to right, then the last one is mountain, which is Arch Aries. The fifth one is mirror, which is Orinda Aries, and the sixth one is hourglass, which is a Raja or a Raha or whatever. Then so it's not that, so we know that one's not hourglass. It could be pentagon. It feels like the far left one is chevron. Oh, sick. So, okay, this person got all of the right-hand ones correct. This isn't marked with a number, which is annoying and unhelpful. It's not clear to me if I have enough information that I should understand the political reference. Like, I get the idea of the political statement, but I'm not sure I know specifically what it is, because I don't think one of these could possibly be... Would C minus mean 2 or 3 wrong? Yeah, I know, like that's... I mean, maybe I can find another one that has C minus... Okay, so C minus is apparently 4 correct? So if that's true, then only one that isn't on the right-hand side is correct. This is annoying. This one, on the other hand, has mountain correct, and then hourglass correct. So 2 of the others are correct. I feel like I'm going to be here too long. So there's only 2 wrong here. And we know that both... Wait, that's weird. Oh. Oh. political thing. The black symbol is the symbol we don't talk about anymore. So it's correct in the old book because the old book talks about history, but it's history we don't talk about. So the correct symbol for 5 is the pentagon. Wish the classroom thing would you get these from. You can collect the sheets without ballooning your screenshot folder. It does feel like, setting aside the concept of a screenshot folder, like there should be a better thing than at least having to go around the room repeatedly looking at them, right? Like I get the funny joke of looking at each individual student's test or whatever, but like, come on. Okay, okay, that's a little interesting. So then in that case, we know that mountain and pentagon are correct. Diamond and hourglass are wrong. That also does actually answer a question that I was formulating that I hadn't asked, which is there's 8 doors down there, which suggests that there should be 8 symbols, but there's only 7 listed on the map. And the reason for that is that we don't talk about Bruno, and Bruno is the symbol that I call the mirror that was on the political statement test. So I think the takeaway from this, and I will try to check this against the others, is that if we reverse mountain and diamond here, this test should be considered correct. So 1 is chevron, name unknown. 2 is puzzle jigsaw, name unknown. 3 is rainbow. If you're wondering what I'm doing, other than ascribing names to shapes, which I like to do to help solve puzzles, I am counting them left to right from the position of the box that would be filled. So 4 is... No, 4 is diamond. Name unknown. And then... 4... No, sorry, that's 6. 6... No. Yeah, 4 is diamond, 6 is hourglass. Right, okay. I'm going to check this against some other tests. This is 5 out of 7. So chevron's correct. Diamond is wrong. Jigsaw is correct. Rainbow is wrong. And then the others would all be correct. Mountain, pentagon, hourglass. Yup. Yeah, that tracks. This one, 2 others, then what I'm calling mirror, the symbol that's on the dark shape on the right there, should be wrong. So we have chevron is correct. The second one is wrong. That should be jigsaw. 3 is correct. That's rainbow. 4 should be diamond. They put jigsaw. So yeah, this seems consistent. This feels like we've solved geography. Ooh, this though. This one doesn't have the eye. What am I looking at here? Monuments in the middle continent? No. Arch areas is I really feel like we're taking a train to Fen, you know? Like that really feels like that's a thing that's happening. What are these draws, huh? What would you say these draws are? Archives. Oh, I do have like 1,000 redraws. I mean, like, honestly, do we just try and like do the class thing? We're like reasonably close, and we're not like making it to the end of time. And we have 3 gems. I guess that doesn't work though, right? What grade are we on? 4? Yeah, that wouldn't quite get there. I mean, what would I be re-rolling for? Other than just like not a gem costing room to like get out of here. Hilariously, I could bunk room and then just like have a bet. Yeah, I'm out of keys. That doesn't work. My opinion, this to open up. You mean take aquarium? I don't know about take aquarium, brother. Aquarium's pretty not good. I'm gonna redraw. I mean, obviously, I wish I was facing the other way. I'm gonna redraw. Ooh, that's tempting. I shouldn't, though. Ooh, it is good to keep in mind that that's a hallway, so that out of the secret thing, I could do that. Hmm. I think billiard room should be good. Hopefully, it gets me keys. $20. Oh boy. So 11, and that's -8, so 3. Brother. 18 -10 -7 is 1 times to 20. So that's 21 -1 to 20 times 5 to 100 divided by 10 is 10. Oh, Lord in heaven. I think I'm toast now. No, I have one door if it's not locked. I think I'm toast. What does that leave me with? I can like dig up the conservatory. Maybe get a key or something. I don't know. I still feel like this was the right thing to do. Got pretty unlucky with the key card. Key card might be my least favorite item. I don't think it's the worst, but it like always comes up like at the most annoying time or whatever. Like I have almost exclusively gotten the key card on days when I've already like had security and the utility closet. There's only been like one, I think, relevant instance where I've had the key card. How do I put this? You wish it had beneficial RNG. In Can you elaborate on that? I don't. It's not that I disagree with you necessarily. I'm just not entirely sure what you mean by that. Neko says, I adore keycard, but that's because I got a room upgrade that guarantees it. Oh, interesting. You haven't been offered the same upgrades as me. You've been so unlucky. I will say, I feel like I got pretty lucky with the number of upgrades I got at a certain point, and like the vast majority of them have felt like not good upgrades. It was very frustrating. I got several in a row where it was like, I don't actually want any of these. This way. I think this is the only other like dirt spot in the whole. God, it couldn't even be garbage. It had to be coin. F me, man. This has been a bad day of blueprints. Both individually day 27 and also, frankly, day 26. Twin bed and hallway closet are worst. Hallway, I don't know. Hallway closet's fine. It's certainly not exciting. I feel like I've had like three upgrades I dislike more than hallway closet. Um, but I didn't even know you could upgrade pool. That's crazy. I don't immediately know what I think that does. So I know that both of the available doors are locked. I know I've dug up the veranda and the boiler room. Any of these other rooms possibly have dirt in them? I feel like no, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're toast here. I don't think there's anything else relevant to do. I don't have any keys, so I can't even like for fun go down there. I only have 28 gold, so I can't do anything in the gift shop. I don't have any items that do anything relevant that I'm aware. Oh, you know what I can do, I guess? You got the magnifying glass after looking at this book. So like cool secret crown details or something. Yeah, they got the mirror shape in there. I mean, I don't think so. Anything cool in this morning bay? So the idea is that we've redacted that last bit and some of the other stuff because like we don't talk about Bruno being Arindia. After the uprising, we just call ourselves something else. I have the book right here. Or should instead come with breakfast, like breakfast nook. I mean, the dice are good. That's boudoir, right? Uh, um, pretty sure that's all the TV there is. I can't think of anything else to do. Any of these items do something that I didn't do before? No, I don't think so. So the two sigils we have are the black mirror and the red pentagon, which are the ones that the book covers. And that's sort of the same central region. We're into Aries. But now it's Arch Aries. Okay. I hope someone takes this the wrong way, but this really gives me the vibes of all the terminology from Final Fantasy 13, which I've never personally played, but I've seen like three retrospectives about, and just like the whole like l'Cie, post l'Cie, C nonsense. Like it's just this language was chosen specifically to be spiteful to people who don't love deep lore dives. Like the Fenaries, Archeries, that like like you could have chosen, you could have picked a way to make this less annoying. It's not a huge deal, but like I understand this concept and kind of had to like grapple with a couple resources to just like write down like what the actual like historical change was. Even the book about history doesn't kind of just say what the change is. And I get that there's sort of a reason here where like we don't talk about Orindia, but like I mean, it's literally a book called The History of Orindia, so I feel like we could mention it like one time at the end where the change happens, but whatever. Um, Not like the most satisfying blueprints day. This is the concern I have at a certain point in the game is like there's not like a deterministic way to guarantee progress given the roguelike random room nature of things. And also, God, that's just miserable to look at. What a bad day. Um, but also just like I think the like even though it's really satisfying and clever to and it makes you feel clever to be able to like find some of these like secret clues and stuff, like I get the impression that like it's really easy to reach a point where like you could progress if you knew like what the heck the next like stepping stone was, but like they thought it would be cool for it to be a secret and there's nothing really pointing you to it. Which it says that's why I feel like beneficial RNG. So when you say beneficial RNG, you're sort of talking about what's the name of it? There's it's called like karmic dice in Baldur's Gate 3, which is basically like if your rolls are like bad enough, like it starts weighing in your favor or whatever. So like if you go a certain amount of time without like finding a room you need to progress or something, then like it makes that room weight like temporarily more common or something like that. I could see an argument for that. It's tough. I do think that there is some tension with the core, like the core gameplay of Blueprints works really effectively, but I do think it's a little bit at odds with my current impression of what it means to progress into like a later stage of the game where like then you like need specific stuff to advance, and because it's a game where you don't choose these things, you can't guarantee that, and it just like it does feel like that's very silly, and it does feel like that leans a little bit into what we talked about, the sort of like not respecting players' time with legitimate difficulty versus artificial difficulty. Like things that are just sort of like it may take a bunch of time for it to be possible at all. I definitely group into the category of artificial difficulty. I would agree with you on that. Um, Only because if I have an hour a day to play at most, I want it to be a good day to solve the mystery. Yeah, like the trick is like again, I feel like I've said something to this effect at some point, but it's like it's not that I feel like I should necessarily be able to make huge progress every day like I have in the past, even though I sort of joke that I'm capable of doing that. But like it does feel like ideally you would be able to have a goal in mind that you have a high probability of making some progress on. Like, I get that some things will be harder or rarer or whatever, but like, it feels like you should be able to start each day and be like, my goal is this, and I have like a 75+% chance of being able to do that and hopefully accomplish some other cool stuff along the way. Also, just the notion, and I agree with your notion about like, I think it's entirely reasonable to expect people in the player base of this game to have an hour to play per day. And like some of the times, like you'll find like a crazy huge thing, like suddenly you'll discover the basement and like all that entails. and like that can easily be more than an hour, and you can't save. So like, what are you supposed to do about that? And like, even if you're playing on like the PlayStation 5 where you could hypothetically like suspend it without like ruining something, they have very deliberately made the decision that like every update to Blueprints closes your game and like without asking you. So like it will update the game and like boot you out and just like delete whatever unsaved day you have in progress. Like the developers like really 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 don't want you to like cheat the save system, and it feels like genuinely a little hostile, cuz like you hey guys, I bought your game. You don't lose any money. Even if I really wanted to cheat and like duplicate a save day or like whatever save manipulation you're super crazy worried that I'm gonna do, like it doesn't cost you anything. There aren't like prizes or nothing. Like you could just make the game accessible to people who like have lives. PS5 thing is strictly to reduce the chance of a save corruption, or alternatively, just like don't shut the game off and risk that. I don't know, man. Like it just again, it feels like some of them may have been like circumstantial to the way the game was put together, whatever. But like all these things together really like paint a picture of like a borderline like hostile approach to like players having any agency over the save file. And it like genuinely reads like someone responding to trauma in a confusing way I don't understand. Like someone was like traumatized that their buddy like found missing no in Pokemon Red like back in the day and like duplicated their rare candies, and they were like, no, you're supposed to play for like 40 trillion hours to get like 6 level 100 Pokemon. Like how dare you? And like just never forgave anyone and like made it their whole personality and then developed Blueprints. Like it gives like a weird vibe to me, to be honest. Literally makes checksum errors in Python if you try to solve a late game puzzle. I barely know what that means. But like I don't know. I'm a little frustrated just because that was like a frustrating pair of in-game days. But I like I do generally think this game has some problems. Like, do I think some of them are significant or important? Yeah, I think at the very least the not optional midday save I think is like genuinely nonsensical. Um, you this person who knew a kid who do no, I'm saying like I'm saying like I can't imagine a thing like the reason I give this specific example is it's like a thing that comes to my mind of like, no, you're not doing it right. You're not playing this like single player game experience in a way that the game developers intended, and it makes me, the nerdy man, mad. Like that, like what I'm trying to convey to you is like all this like, no, you mustn't cheat, like feels like the developer just got big mad about something, like something that doesn't matter. Me, a rules follower who doesn't like to cheat at games, feels like they're being like way too strict about you not cheating a game that you already paid them money for. Like that's like I don't know how to convey it better than that if that's not reading to you, but like it like feels like they just like really feel like they need to control the way you play their game, but like the rest of the game isn't consistent with that. It's just this like weird save file stuff. I mean, did I because I like didn't have the time to like train Pokemon up to level 100 to play in a level 100 Pokemon tournament that was like touring malls or whatever, did I like use the duplicate rare candy glitch well after I beat the game to get rare candies so I could participate in that tournament? I did do that. Did I like cheat the game and like get level 100 Pokemon to beat the Elite Four or something like that? No, I didn't do that. But it's just like, well, I could grind out these Pokemon after I've completed the game so that I could do this, or I just like skip the experience grinding. Like that was the thing that I did. But like, yeah, if that reminds you of someone, what I'm saying is this hypothetical person that it reminds you of. I feel like that the person with that experience played like created blueprints and was like, No, under no circumstance should you be able to like play day like 96 two times and get like a better roll for the room in this corner or whatever. Especially if you have a roguelike game, you should expect people to be able to solve stuff out of order. Well, I think I guess I would say that like it doesn't feel so much like a lot of the game is prohibitive about doing things in a certain order. Some things are. I don't think I've encountered anything personally that feels like really punishing for doing something like out of order necessarily, but it's more just about this idea that like they don't want you to get what they deem as an unfair advantage, and so they like they tweaked some of the stuff in the game to make it just like unpleasant to do playing fairly. And like again, it's like a single player puzzle game. I'm really not sure why you would be like intensely concerned about people cheating. Like it just it comes across real weird to me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit stuck, not like hard stuck, but like kind of stuck on the game in the sense that like there's a handful of things that I can think to do to progress. None of them is something I have a great deal of control over, and like none of those particular things feel like extremely exciting to me. It like, you know, I'd like to be able to open the rest of the safes. I don't feel extremely close to being able to do that. Um, there's the whole thing that I went into today trying to do of like get the opposing like lord and ladyship bedrooms, which I'm not even like 100% sure will do what I want, which is like open her diary, but I think that's true. And it's one of my best leads at the moment. There's the classroom thing, which like we kind of tried to do today as well. It doesn't feel extremely rewarding. Like it's kind of cool to solve the puzzles. I do feel like the geography room gave us some stuff that's probably cool and important, but like where I'm at, it doesn't feel cool or important. It just feels like more photos. There's like the gallery, which like does not feel remotely deterministic of me being able to spend time and make it happen. Much like the drawing room, there's like the puzzle there that I feel like I have some idea of what's going on, but I don't feel as though I currently have enough information that I could just sit in that room and make sure that I complete it. Um, I mean, at this point, at least there's the tunnel. Like, I would have liked to get the tunnel on this day because I feel like that could open up stuff, but not having been in there, I don't really know. Uh, there's like a lot of little. I mean, like the thing is, like, I guess one thing that's like a little bit of a personal gripe for me is like I've gotten the sense that there's a lot of deep hidden clues as opposed to hidden clues in this game. And I may be mistaken or misgauging something based on like some of the stuff I've seen or whatever. But like I like clues that don't mean anything until they do. That's like super fun. That like when you can manage to like design a thing that way, like that's great. But like when you have to like here's an example. I think it's Castlevania 2 has like this notoriously weird puzzle where like someone has like one line of dialogue and I forget exactly what it is, but it's like something like at best tangentially related to what you need to do. And at a certain point in the game, you like literally have to go and stand at you have to like crouch at a dead end while equipping a specific item so that like a tornado will like appear and like magically take you to a place you can't otherwise get to. And it's like, I'm not interested in that. That's never good to me. So like the idea that like I need a clue to do something cool, but the clue is like extremely easily missable. Not like you have to like think really hard and be really smart to like figure out what the clue means or why it's relevant, but to like literally locate the clue is like super crazy hard and or unlikely. Like I am getting the sense that there may be more of that in this game than I like. And I'm not sure how much of that may be contributing to my current spot where like I feel a little not exactly lost, but like I said, like a little stuck of like up until a certain point, it's like, yeah, I know like what to do. I know roughly how to do it. I will keep doing the thing. And like now for like 2 straight days, I've gone in the house. I'm like, this could work. It didn't. I accomplished nothing. Boo. There's Easter eggs, and then the dev thought of a hyper. Yeah, like there's a different like if that sort of thing like gives you like a fun dialogue or like a room with like a reference to something that's kind of funny but it's not important. Like that's you do whatever you want. Like put as much of you want of that as you want in the game. But like if it's like if that's necessary to advance to like the end of the game, like I have very very little interest in that kind of thing. And it's a bit of a sliding scale. Like I'm not saying like I always think it's wrong to put in something that's hidden, but like I think you have to be really careful about it, especially in a game on the scale of what Blueprints needs to be. Of like, if there's an expectation that people are supposed to be able to advance to this point, like it shouldn't be like impossible or whatever. See, also Little Misfortunes ending being so much better, getting all the glitter stuff. Well, I didn't like. So I happened to get all the glitter the one time I properly played through that game. I didn't remember it being a significant difference though. I my recollection was sort of like, didn't it just sort of give you a reference that like alluded to like Fran Bow stuff? The other end. Wait, you don't get any of the stuff after okay, no, that's dramatically different. That was not my understanding. That's okay. Wow, that's grim. That's very dark. Wow, I
Yikes
didn't know that.
forever.
That is a pretty big yikes forever. Um, yeah, okay. I think I've done all my rambling about this game as I'm doing for now. It's only 30 seconds at the end. I thought it was a little longer than that. I thought there was like a little bit of like a hallway, and then you see the tree with all the things, and then you like go in a castle or something, and I think that's kind of like the end. It's sort of like the castle's probably good. Uh, oh no, it's at the tree. Okay, so you do like see her like after the road accident or whatever, right? Like that's still like different, but like that's not as grim. She just gets to yeah, okay. That's closer to what I thought it was. Yeah. Like obviously it's still better to get the glitter ending, but like that still feels like a passable ending. Then I will give you this though. Like I feel like I've played a number of games or at least seen a number of games. I guess I don't tend to play a lot of games that do this, but like games where like the secret ending is like interesting and the regular ending is just like poop and like I don't really get why you do that. Like there's like some types of like horror games where I feel like that's an appropriate thing to do, but like I genuinely don't get like why you would make you go to all the trouble of making this game and then the ending is just like kind of bad. Like it's like just actually a bad ending, not like the bad ending where like you don't succeed, but like the ending is actually like kind of bad because it is the bad ending. Like a lot of the times when people make games like that, in order to get the better endings, you have to like do something secret or like overachieve and like get like perfect level scores or something like that. So it's like, but like, why do you want the default experience to be bad? Like, I get sort of like the hero falls short and leaves motivation or something, but like, why make it like actually bad? And there's Crash Bandicoot. We would put in 100 hours in perfection to get a 5-second cutscene. I've never completed a Crash Bandicoot game. I think I've only played like one once. It's not exactly my thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to comment on anything in Blueprints past what I've seen, but I don't know. I think for now, we'll keep at it a little while. At the very least, I, certainly want to see what's in Tunnel. But like, I do wonder if there's a certain point where it's just sort of like, I'm not sure if it's worth like powering through everything necessary on stream. I don't know what that turning point would be, but like, it can potentially be, it sounds like, a massive time commitment. I'm just not sure if that is like worth our stream time. I don't know. I mean, I do like this game. I have liked this game. I feel like I will continue to like things in it. But like I guess part of the reason why I feel the way I do is like a lot of the stuff that I haven't already resolved that I do already know about sounds or already is kind of crappy. Like, you know, the gallery everyone seems to agree is Satan incarnate, which is great. The drawing room feels like it's not like a whole horse ton better than that. Uh, you know, there's it's fine. I guess I should take another look at what the other. I haven't looked at the little like key limerick or whatever in a while. The other places I'm looking for those. I feel like some of those I'm going to like and some of them I'm not. First key on the furthest rank, the second in the in the bank. Yeah, the bank vault's like another thing of like those are like it seems like all of the bank vault keys are very rare and also the bank vault itself seems pretty rare and the notion that you get them on the same day without using coat check is like preposterous. But the idea of even using like getting coat check on the same day that you have key seems bad. And it seems like at minimum, one of those doors is needed for progression, the one that gets you the key for the basement. Like that's not great. Three's up high among all the clocks. I mean, that feels like Clock Tower, and I really don't know how to. I don't know what's going on there. Fifth is held by a king on his throne. That feels like that's outside the scope of this adventure, by which I mean I feel like I might need to use the subway. Sixth in a station left by one of your own. That also very clearly sounds like it's part of the subway. Seventh we have. And right, the last one is in the seventh door. Yeah, there's like a lot of that like feels like I don't have control over it. I don't think it's possible to get through the game on stream with 3 hours per week, 2 runs at most. No guarantees of being able to get lucky to get something done. I mean, certainly, like it sounds like it's certainly possible for this to take technically infinite hours. I don't know what like the quick version of that is. But like I feel like I've said for a while that like I am not convinced that this is a thing that I play through to completion on stream. But it's kind of tricky in that like I do like it. It is a type of game that I would play on stream. And like when would I make time for it if not stream? It's just challenging. You can, if you know what to do this in 10 days. Well, yeah, but that also requires like not just knowing what to do, but also I imagine like a quite a great deal of luck. Yeah, I don't know. It's been kind of convenient to keep doing this in the short term because like while there have been a lot of games that have come out this year that I'm interested in, some of them are ones that I don't think I would play on stream, like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like the No Sleep for Konami Date hasn't come out yet. We already played Rosewater. Rosewater is like another one, right? Like just to finish off that point from previously. Like Rosewater is one where I feel like I played through and got like a bad ending, and it was just like I had a different understanding of what the game's resources systems were than the game did. And then like I felt really punished for like playing the game in what felt like a really normal way, and the game perceived it as me like trying to be a jerk. And so like I just like came away from that game with like a negative experience, and it seems like it was preventable, but like not in a way that I could necessarily know without like looking into the game's systems. Um yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're at the end of this journey necessarily. I don't know if the idea is that like I reached like the next big milestone and stopped there. I guess partially like I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for like Halloween related stuff this year. or what necessarily follows from here. I mean, like Pokemon Legends ZA comes out later this year. I'm not convinced one way or the other if that's a stream game. Part of me thinks yes, part of me thinks no. At some point, I do want to play like the whole Zero Escape series on stream, and like I've kind of wanted to have just like a nice finished office for that is like a thing that I've been trying to work towards. So like that could potentially start this year if I'm like suitably happy with how all that ends up playing out. I don't know. I hope CA is good. I do too. It has a lot of things potentially going for it and a lot of things potentially going against it. I haven't looked into a lot of the like leak and spoiler based stuff yet. Um I have like pretty mixed feelings about Arceus, just things I like and things I don't like. There are definitely changes from that to what ZA is. Some of those seem good, some of them might not be. Game you might like is The Altars. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm feeling tired and I'm talking myself in circles. This room contains many stuffed animals, and hidden among them are some number of secret Squirtles. So I encourage you before we complete the stream to look around, see if you can figure out where I may have hidden a Squirtle, because to locate one would be an omen of good luck in the coming days. Alters a sci-fi game where you clone yourself to survive with mild survival mechanics. It's mostly narrative. Mild, it's hard to know if Mild is doing heavy lifting in that sentence. I really tend not to like survival games for the most part. Even some games with mild survival things like really turn me off. I'm not even like, to be clear, I'm not sure that I would say I'm currently at a point of frustration, but I think I might say that I'm on like the verge of becoming frustrated with our circumstance. And I know that might sound petty because like the attitude changes after just like 2 in-game days in a row. Although in fairness, we had some pretty bad room luck on the 2 in-game days preceding that, the ones like before the vacation happened. But it's really more about the fact that like there has been a gradual tapering of like what is clearly available for me to do. And like if I just have none control over that, it does feel like that can really quickly turn into a point of frustration. So I think it's valid to be wary of that at the point I'm at now. Okay. So, guesses for Squirtle. Pikachu, Girl Crab, Carlos. These are some interesting choices. I think the Girl Crab name is Kaylee, but it's spelled in not the way I would spell the name Kaylee at all. It'll turn into bringing up Christmas again. We will never, like, one thing you need to know is that Christmas is always coming, which means that we will never let Christmas go, which means that you've hitched your wagon to a really unfortunate meme. Okay. You guys picked the whole top row, huh? That's interesting. So Pikachu, this time not a Pokemon friend, but Baby Yoda, aka Grogu. This is the way. Not to find a Squirtle, but you know, life finds a way. Behind Carlos, we got ourselves a Squirtle. And behind Kaylee Crab, we got ourselves a Squirtle. Because as you may have guessed, all of our aquatic friends have a Squirtle. I wanted to put this guy up front and center because Samir, the delightful whale, didn't get a chance to get showcased yesterday. Hello? McFly? Ah, perfect. Very good. Okay, great. He's a little whale with a little hat, and it's very jaunty. You thought I put that on him? No, I kind of wish I had more little hat accessories. I haven't thought about. There's this company called Woobles that makes little like crochet kits, And they make some that are like just crochet accessories, and like some of them look like cute things that I could like just accessorize my like various stuffed animals with. And then I remember that if I bought one of those moderately expensive kits, I would never do it. Or if I did, I would be disappointed with the result. And so, even though I've looked at that site multiple times, I have not done this. But he is great. He has a great little captain's hat. He's a good little whale friend. And there's one more thing that I had actually almost entirely forgotten about, which is we found some donuts at the grocery store today, in honor of the Superman movie that's like out now. We have a Superman donut that I think has like vanilla cream. We have a Batman donut that I think is the cookies and cream. And then we have a Wonder Woman donut that's is kind of just icing and sprinkles, but it looks pretty cool. Um, we could probably have one of these. Do you want an evaluation on one in particular? Show it to me and I'll make the cute hats. I mean, I'll give you the link because you might be interested, but like I don't feel like you should ship those across the pond. Superman, Superman, Superman. That's fair. I mean, it is like Superman. It is for Superman, even though we have these other superheroes here. As far as I know, neither of the others are in this movie because we learned our lesson from like Batman versus Superman or whatever. I think the Superman is like filled with vanilla cream, and the Batman is like a cookies and cream that they use for like half of their specialty donuts. I do like that they gave him a little like icing cloud, even though you don't really necessarily see Superman like flying away from clouds. It kind of gives the airborne. It's pretty good. That's really good. It seems a little similar to the marshmallow cream that they used in the really good Marshmallow Man donut from the Ghostbusters one last Halloween. I think that was last year. Time is time has been unkind this year. It's a little different, but it's similar enough that I like it. Krispy Kreme is pretty good with their filled donuts, but I think I'm biased in that they normally don't use jellies, which I tend not to like, and usually use like even more sweet stuff. And I'm like a big dessert guy in a literal and figurative sense, a big dessert guy. The other donuts in the box, there's just like three regular glazed donuts, which are boring. And then Wonder Woman is just a sprinkle donut, basically. But it is a really nicely designed sprinkle donut, so it does get extra points for that. Edible Superman, pretty good. You could give this. I think it's on the border between an A minus and an A, but I think the presentation, I'd give it an A. It's a good donut. It's kind of funny how often I have like Krispy Kreme donuts on the stream when like really, I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but they do the thing I like, which is like thematic novelty. So I end up having a lot more of their donuts than I probably otherwise would. I'll finish that off stream because otherwise I'll just silently be eating here and prolonging your night. Um, but you know, I think a proper taste test is required if we're going to go to the trouble of trying one on stream, which is a thing we do here not infrequently. So cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Next Friday we should be continuing, perhaps even completing the what I understand to be the penultimate mission of the game Old Skies, a time travel point and click adventure game that has been ramping up. Had some issues with it early on, but like as we've gone through, it's gotten a little better, a little more consistent. Pretty excited about the direction it's showing us currently. Um, and next Saturday, I think we should be on track for another like regularly scheduled blueprints. Unclear as to what kind of progress we'll make. See also earlier tonight. Your Superman donuts are different. No buttercream cloud, just basic cream filling. Do you also not get the Superman on top? That's a bummer. And the sprinkle one is a Wonder Woman donut. I'm not sure if you get that either. It is weird the differences like between countries. It's like the ingredients surely also exist. Get Superman on top, but without the cloud, it's less cool. I'd agree with that because I did comment that I liked the cloud. I thought it was a good addition. Um, I like the look of the Batman donut, even though it's super basic. Also, for some reason, the icing on that one's like extra melty, so it looks kind of gross. But for some reason, I'm really excited about it. Um, and the Wonder Woman one just looks nice. It's not going to be particularly remarkable, but I thought they did a good job with that. Okay, with all that being said, buy donuts if you want them. Donuts are great. We'll be back with streams next week. Streams are great. You all take care of yourselves because you are great. And remember that you are clawsome.